All right, welcome everybody to Fort Massac State Park here in beautiful Illinois. We are here for the Mathews Pro-Am, the fifth stop this year, Darren Christianberry. Fourth stop on the 2025 Delta McKenzie ASA Tour. We had one event that was canceled, but we're here at Fort Massac. I'm PJ Riley, sitting alongside Darren Christianberry. Darren, if it sounds like it's a three-ring circuits, it's because we've had a crazy day.
We've had a run of bad luck with ASA events lately. London, Kentucky got canceled because of the tornado and the storms. Today we got shortened to half a tournament because of water and storms, so it's a 20-arrow qualification round. Some people are happy, some people are not. We're going to have a shoot-off regardless and see who's going to be the winner at Metropolis, Illinois this year.
That's right. However this shakes out, Darren, we're going to have winners in our pro classes. We're all standing and sitting in water. Those guys out there, they're probably standing in the driest ground that we're looking there. But these are our senior pro archers there, Darren, and right now they're doing what?
They're judging the distance. They're standing in that box. They have a judging period now. They're trying to figure out, with whatever method they use, how far away these targets are. They're going to set their sight. They're going to shoot one arrow per target. Anybody within 10 points after 5 targets within 10 points of the leader will shoot a sixth and final arrow to decide the winner. All
right. We are going to get to the action here shortly, but let's check out our leaderboard here, Darren. These are our competitors for Senior Pro. Run that board for us.
Yeah, after 20 arrows, that's what we're at. We're at a 20-arrow tournament right now. Joe Pitts at a 212, Tony Taz at 210, Stephen Altizer 210, Jamie Druliard and Keith Alstrom are both tied for fourth, we'll say, at 208.
Right, and we should mention normally those numbers would be in the fours because we would shoot 40 arrows, and quite frankly, Darren, you know, we got through about 12 targets, I'm going to say, depending on which division today, and then the lightning came, and that was really what broke it down. Rain doesn't affect us at ASA. Lightning, that's the death
there was no delay. The first lightning bolt we had on our range today, it was light and then thunder instantly. It was really close, so we all left the ranges, and unfortunately the delays put us too late in the day to finish everything, and here we are at an abbreviated tournament.
So the one good news, Darren, about the weather for right now that we can say is it's not 99 degrees with 110% humidity like it was.
The first 2 days was really bad. Now, if the sun would stay out with all the water we have, it's going to get hot again, but it hasn't been too bad today. I don't think the forecast for tomorrow is terrible either, but unfortunately we only have a few hours to get these things in. You know, 20 targets, unfortunately, for a lot of people, but we're still going to put on a show this afternoon and see what happens.
Yes, we are, Darren. And like we mentioned, we've got 5 competitors. Each archer is going to shoot at each one of the targets. We're going to rotate so that every archer shoots all the targets. If you're on the end, you're going to swing around to number 1. You're going to go from 5 to number 1. And then, as you mentioned, we may have to go to a 6-arrow shoot-off. This first class, I mean, that's pretty tight. 4 points from first to fifth.
Yeah, with the upper 12, lower 12 both being in play, and then the 14 as well. This is far from over. There's a little bit of a breeze. Wind might be some of a factor out there, but I think we're going to see some bonus rings hit today too.
All right, Darren, well, we're going to get to the action. We got to go to a quick commercial break. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back at the Mathews Pro-Am in Metropolis, Illinois.
It starts with focus, a breath, and the pull of the string. From ancient skill to modern sport, archery connects us across the entire world. At Lancaster Archery, we celebrate the precision, the passion, and the power of the bow.
Just a little bit of movement, she puts it into the 10.
Gear and expertise for every archer.
Oh, what a shot.
Got it. Unbelievable.
So Kyle needs an 8 to win.
8 to win. Oh, he went right at it.
Entertained, done. This guy is unreal.
That's it.
And he got it. Never played it safe Gillingham.
How do you take archery's flagship arrow to a whole new level? Introducing the all-new Easton 5mm FMJ Max. It allows faster speeds to your target and features a seamless AccuCarbon core fused with a precision aluminum jacket overlay, delivering higher energy at impact and increased momentum, making it the ultimate shaft for taking down big game. FMJ Max, the go-to arrow for today's most serious bow hunters. To learn more, visit your Easton dealer now or go to eastonarchery.com. Power, penetration, and higher velocity combine to make the new Easton 5.0, an ultra-lightweight, micro-diameter hunting shaft, perfect for bow hunters, engineered on a brand new 5mm AccuCarbon platform. It can be configured to offer maximum speed, or can be built with weight up front for extreme accuracy. Each 5.0 is guaranteed to have virtually perfect consistency. Punch your tag with the industry's most versatile arrow. Experience the all-new Easton 5.0 today.
This bow's packed with new features and technology. Next in the evolution of carbon bows.
I like it, dude.
Shooting IBO speeds of up to 340 feet per second. This bow will reach draw lengths of out to 32 inches.
Right where he's sitting. Down.
So this bow here is a really good bow to get started. What do you think?
I like it. Three fingers underneath, and you're gonna draw to your anchor. Great job!
This limit would be a good step up from what you had. It's gonna be a little bit higher draw.
Hey, nice shot. Thanks.
There's he's dead.
Oh,
He
yeah,
got it.
he got it.
Man,
Oh, yeah.
466. Wow. That's pretty
That's
good.
why people call him the GOAT right
Yeah.
there.
I really feel like this is where I need to be.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Mathews Pro-Am here at Fort Massac State Park in Metropolis, Illinois. Senior Pro is our first division up here, and we are going to get to the action and bring out our archers. All right, our fifth place qualifier with a score of 208 and 6 bonus rings. From Waxhaw, North Carolina, shooting for elite, Keith Ahlstrom. And our fourth place qualifier with a score of 208 and 7 bonus rings. From Tecumseh, Michigan, shooting for Hoyt, Jamie Drouillard. Our number 3 qualifier with a score of 210 and 5 bonus rings. From Cedar Bluff, Virginia, shooting for elite, Stephen Altizer. And our number 2 qualifier with a score of 210 and 6 bonus rings. From Johnstown, Pennsylvania, shooting for Hoyt, Tony Taza. And our number 1 qualifier with a score of 212 and 8 bonus rings. From Windsor, Virginia, shooting for Hoyt, Joe Pitt. All right, Darren, so here we go. We have a full field of targets out there. We've got the coyote, the sheep, the impala, the blessed buck, and the bedded buck. And we're out here in the open. We were in the woods all weekend.
Yeah, and you'll see the cameras. Each archer has an umbrella holder out there. Some of them may choose sunlight because the sun will be in their eyes or glare on their scope. Some of them may choose wind. You can see both out there. 2 are choosing shade. A couple of them are choosing, 3 of them are choosing wind. So the lighting and the wind can be a factor here. So let's see how we get started. Good look at Joe Pitt right there. He's the leader, starting on that Coyote. Ooh, Steven looks like he shot really low on that Impala.
Keith Ahlstrom there is the last one holding. Well, we're looking at Tony Tazza right there.
Keith basically shoots at all upper 12, so you'll see the flag. They have a flag on the sign in front of them in their box, and that will tell you whether they're shooting at the upper or the lower. If the flag's up, they're calling upper 12.
There you go. Tony's got it. Tony Tazza had it right there.
I don't see a lot of smiling faces out there right now, so let's see what happened.
So it looks like we got here a 10.
That's not bad. 10, you don't give anything back. Tony shoots at a lot of uppers too, and he did call upper, I believe. That's got to be in the vicinity.
Tony Tazza.
Look out.
12.
Here he comes. Ties him for the lead.
So now Tony won Foley. Did he also win Benning?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Remember who won Senior Pro? Me neither.
Steven takes a 5, so 215 now for him. That's going to hurt. It looks like Jamie did not call for upper. He's tall in that target, but it looks like it might be a 10, naked eye. Steven's looking at his sight there like he's not sure.
They're studying this one.
I couldn't tell by the camera there what that was. He caught the 10, it looks like.
All right.
10 for Jamie.
And now Keith Ahlstrom, the winner of our last tournament in Minden, Louisiana, his second win ever in the pro class.
He takes a 10 as well. All right. Steven slipped from 3rd to 5th right there. Keith and Jamie remain tied, and Tony slid himself into a tie for first place. That's just after one arrow. We got at least 4 more to go.
Tony is our reigning shooter of the year in this class. That recognizes the best archer over the course of the season. He won it last year. He is our current leader for the race again this year.
We talked about Tony earlier today. He's just a guy, and we've talked about him in the broadcast prior to this, that he's consistent. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah. That's
why he was shooter of the year. It rewards the most consistent shooter, and that was Tony. And here we are again. He comes in here in 2nd place. He's now tied for the lead. He's got some serious game, and he's gonna not lay down easy.
Yeah, and Stephen Altizer is a rookie in this class, not a rookie in this game, but he's right there in that shooter of the year race.
Yes.
He helped himself this weekend too.
That's correct. Here we go with arrow number 2. There's a good look at Stephen right there. And he called upper.
Yeah, he did not like that
I
one.
don't know if he likes that one either.
Saw him shake his head. There's Tony.
Jamie's got a high arrow. He's overjudged both targets so far. He's had high arrows. Keith's just now coming to full draw again.
He's on that Coyote.
Coyote looks to be the longest target, and it's a toughie. It's not very big.
HHA Coyote. As you said, Darren, we don't.
That's a pretty good looking arrow right there.
That is good looking there.
Yes,
and he's shaking his head, yeah. I think we're going to see Scott Parrott turn around at 12 here.
I think so. That's a good shot on that.
There he goes.
Good shot.
Yes, from Mr. Ahlstrom.
Puts him at 230.
As we mentioned, Darren, this is unknown distance. They had to judge this. They're guessing it. That's a long Coyote, small target. If he's off by a yard, he doesn't hit that.
No, not at all. Yeah, they're guessing within 1 yard. There's a 10 for Joe. 232. Yeah, this estimation of distance, it's a skill that you practice, it's a skill that you learn. It's not easy for everybody to be doing it, and to hit that little 50-cent piece at, I don't know what that Coyote is, 45, 46, 47 yards. Keith got it within 3 feet.
We can say this: the max distance in this class is 50 yards, give or take, little wiggle room. But that's supposed to be the max distance. So.
Tony took a 10 on that Impala. Here we're looking at Jamie's. No, that's Stevens. He got an 8. Sorry. 223 for Steven.
And last up is Jamie on the bedded buck. He looks like he's over it. Yep. For an 8.
226.
Okay.
It's tight. Joe and Tony tied at 232,
Yeah.
and Keith with that 12 bumped up to a 230. So
Yeah.
he's in second or third place, however you want to look at it.
Yeah, now Keith moves to one of the shorter targets. Tony is on what looks to be the shortest.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm expecting him to probably shoot at a ring here. No one has shot at the 14 yet.
No, Stephen might here. You can see it shining on that bedded buck right there. And since he opened with a 5 and an 8, a 14 would do him really well right here.
Yeah, there's Joe Pitt. I wanted to talk about his stabilizers. He's got, you can see those long V-bars coming on either side of his bow. There's only a couple guys who do that, and that helps him balance. That's what he's looking for. Oh,
Stephen did go for that
right
14.
at it.
I think he's just tall of it, though.
So that ring in the upper left-hand corner of that deer that we're looking at right now, that's the 14, and you can see it's surrounded by either 8 or on the outside of those other rings is a 5. So it's high risk, high reward.
Exactly. There's a good look. Is that an upper?
Oh,
it's a 10.
Oh, 10.
Okay.
He didn't call upper,
That's
Jamie.
for Jamie.
Yep.
236.
Now we're coming around to Keith.
Did we mention how old these guys are?
Oh, yeah. Senior.
Senior pros.
50 at least.
Yes, they're old.
Another 12 for
Keith
Armstrong. All right.
242 for Keith.
So you're going to see, like, Keith has the flip down. There you go. He's got his flip down magnifiers so he can see his sight tape.
10 for Joe. 242. So Keith has now tied Joe. Let's see if Tony separated himself from that tie. Looks pretty good,
close.
Naked eye.
Yeah. There it is. And he called the upper. I had a feeling Tony was going to gun for that one.
Yeah, he's hit 2 out of 3. That's a pretty good percentage on bonus rings. Stephen went for the 14. Let's see where he landed. Just high left for a 5. His numbers are a little bit hot. So he's at 228. And just that, I mean, in 3 arrows now, Stephen is 16 points out of the lead.
Yeah.
That's the difference between bonus rings and an 8 or a 5, you know, unfortunately.
Right. Meanwhile, Keith was in 5th, and now he has put himself in a tie for 2nd.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you got in a judging period, when you step out there and you judge these targets and you write your numbers down, if you're off on one, you're probably off on all of them.
Yeah.
So you have to make an adjustment on the fly. There's not time in 5 targets to make up a lot of ground unless you hit these rings.
There he is, Tony. You see his hat there that says the Archery Zone. That's the pro shop he owns in Johnstown, Pennsylvania.
And there's Jamie. Jamie works at a pro shop in Michigan called Adams Archery. Bunch of archery gurus.
Go in there, you can have these guys work on your bows. Somebody went for a 14.
Good look at Tony. So steady.
That was Jamie, went for a 14 on the sheep, on the ram.
Oh, yeah.
And
Keith got another one. I think he hit another one.
Yeah. There's Joe. That's close. Joe did call upper, and that's going to be close.
This is interesting.
This is interesting.
So this is Stephen. He got a 10.
Got a 10.
All right, 238. Jamie did go at that 14, trying to make a move.
Yeah.
It looks high right, naked eye. I'm not sure.
Yep. Just out.
It
we
is
saw
a 5.
the score, 5.
241. Now Keith has hit 2 in a row. Is he going to go 3 for 3 to start?
Can we go 3 for 3? What do you say, Keith? Bang!
Yes.
There he goes.
254.
He came to play.
That's right. We need to check him for a rangefinder. He's got every one of them right so far. He may have thought he was shooting known out there.
Here comes Joe. He called the upper, and he got it.
A 12. Good shot, Joe Pitt. 254. So he's tied with Keith.
And now here comes the veteran.
Tony, 10 or better. 10 to tie, 12 to take the lead back.
Looks like a 10.
10. So we have a 3-way tie now for first place.
Look at that. Wow. Coming in hot. Our 5th arrow. So Tony is, among this crew, is the veteran in terms of being in the shootdowns. He's been in a million of these over the years. But these other guys, I mean,
confidence.
They're.
Keith just came off a win in the last ASA.
Yeah.
He shot really good. He shot a good qualifying round yesterday, which got him into the shoot-off today. He's getting more and more comfortable in these situations, and it shows. 3 12s in a row, that's not easy to do.
Yeah. Joe Pitt, he's not giving anything up. I think this is Joe Pitt's. I don't remember him being in a shoot-down at the time I've been here.
He was in 1 or 2 last year, I believe. I think he was in this shoot-off last year here in Illinois.
Okay.
So Keith is on the fairly short target there. Golly, he might have got another one. He's having fun out there. He is having fun. Joe looks like he shot an 8.
Yeah, he's low.
Oh, and he called upper too.
All
so
right,
here we go.
Start with Tony.
Oh,
Tony's. I think he got an 8 there. Yeah.
He did. So 262.
Mr. Ahlstrom is going to like that.
Yeah, he's going to be in the catbird seat, it looks like. Depends on what happens here. So this is Steven.
Oh, I think he went 14 and he's low.
He shot an 8.
Yeah.
246. So that's going to end his day right there. He won't be within 10 points of the leader. And then Jamie shot a high arrow. He overjudged. He saw these targets for more than what they were, unfortunately. He got an 8.
Yeah. And like you mentioned, Darren, we were in the woods. Now we're in a wide open field, basically.
Yeah,
so
it was overcast all morning. Now it's bright, sunny skies. Here's Keith. Can he do 4 in a row?
Scott Parrott sifting through the targets. There he is. 4
in a row. 266.
Darren, how are you feeling if you start off with a 10 and then run off 4 12s?
I feel like Superman right now, really. I mean, to get him right, he's obviously making good decisions. 8 there for Joe.
Yeah.
He's making good decisions on where to aim because Keith plays a jump game. He'll aim below the upper and then add yardage to what he thinks it is and lets the arrow climb into it.
Right.
And obviously what he's got going on is working really, really good for him right now.
Really well. So I believe we're going to drop Steven Altizer here. He's going to finish in 5th place. We're going to wait for our scores to update here.
Keith has a 4-point lead right now by my math. So if these guys do hit a 14, bonus rings are going to separate that, and he has the most because he's hit 4 in the shoot-off.
Yeah, we're also Jamie also is going to finish in 4th. Steven's going to finish in 5th. They will not shoot the 6th and final arrow. It's going to be between Keith, Joe Pitt, Tony Taza. Now, explain what's happening now, Darren.
They're going to set out a 6th target. They're going to get like 1 minute to judge it. Everybody's going to go rotate. Tony's going to shoot first, then Joe's going to shoot second. Keith's going to shoot last, so he'll know what he has to do. If Tony and Joe both hit 14s right now, they're only going to be 10 points ahead of Keith. Keith steps up, shoots 10 center 10. He wins because he's got the most bonus rings. So this arrow will decide who wins this tournament.
Well, Joe, if he hits a 14, he'll tie Keith.
Oh, yeah, we'd go to another shoot-off then. If Keith shot a 10, if Keith hits another bonus ring, then he would win.
Yeah.
He'd win outright, but if he would have, there's a lot going on right here with this arrow.
So it is our last chance archery, last chance arrow, and it looks like sometimes they bring out a different target, but it looks like he's just saying the Impala is our target, and then Scott Parrott has moved the shooting line.
Yeah.
So obviously they have an idea how he moves them up and kind of moved them at a different angle. You still got to guess this number.
Yes, it is. They can look back at the stake and say, okay, we're 7 yards further than what we were, but we moved at an angle, so maybe we're only 6 yards further than. There's some. You can do some geometry out there by this, but they still got to make the shot. They still got to judge the distance, and there's a lot of money on the line right here.
Yeah. Our podium is set.
Yes.
These guys are first, second, third. It's just who is first, who's second, who's third.
Yeah. pretty impressive. I'm sitting here thinking back what Keith just did. 4 in a row is
4 in a row. Unknown distance.
That's 80%. I mean, that's pretty good shooting right there.
Hitting 50-cent piece.
Yeah,
and you don't know how far it is.
I said it, but confidence is key. You know, if you're setting your sight and you believe that you've got the right number and you make a good shot because you believe in what you're doing is right, you can do some good things. If you set your sight and you're scared at full draw or like doubting what you've done, you're not going to hit 4 in a row.
Yeah.
So it's a mindset plus what he's doing is working. He saw the numbers good. His plan worked out, and now he's got a really good shot at winning this thing.
Tony Taza, the wily veteran, will be the first one up.
Tony's not here for third place. I'm just going to say that.
Yep.
He's here to try to win. He's already secured a third spot finish, so it is what it is. I would say he shoots the 14. Here. I don't think the difference between second and third is going to change Tony's life too much. So I would say another win would be awesome, and for him to have a chance, he must 14 this thing.
That's his only shot. Yeah,
they're in the shade.
They're in the shade.
The target's in the
shade. All sun in between. Tony gives the thumbs up.
What a cool experience, though. Every chance you get out there, you never know when your last one's going to be.
That's for
and
sure.
You never know when the next one's going to come.
Yeah.
So for these repeat offenders out there that continue to be in the shoot-offs, it's awesome to have a chance to win these things because the competition in every class is so tough.
Yep.
Here we go.
Oh, did he get it? He's right at it.
It's either just I think he did get it.
He did. Fist bump. Yeah. Tony Taza.
That's such a good arrow right there.
Wow.
Now he can 1,000% force Joe's hand. Joe has to shoot for it now.
Yeah.
And if Joe hits
it,
if Joe hits it, Keith's going to need a bonus ring to win because if he shoots a 10, we will be tied across the board and they'll have to shoot off.
Yeah.
I got to applaud that. I'm going to clap for Tony Taza right there. Good shot,
Good
Tony.
shot, Tony. Yeah, because it's not close.
No.
Like that wasn't a short target.
No, it's not. And to aim way out there, and you don't want to shoot a 5 or go over its back, or to hit that little bitty ring right there. That's a great shot, Tony Taza.
Joe Pitt, can he match it? Can he match it?
Joe's turn.
Joe and Tony, and then the third member of their crew, Richard Owens, there holding the umbrella for Joe. Those three run around together at all these tournaments. 3 Hoyt guys. Let's see what Joe
if he can hit
do.
that arrow hole. Straight right.
Just right of it. He had the right height, right yardage.
Judged
Darren.
it right.
Ah.
So Keith's fate's pretty simple here. Center 10, you win this tournament. He'll be a 276 with 10 rings. He can tie Tony with a 10.
And he wins on bonus rings.
Yep.
So who's his umbrella holder?
That's Jason Meyer.
He's telling him?
He should be. Yeah.
Shoot that 10, Keith.
Keith knows, hey, a center 10 will win this thing, and then he's going to give a big old fist pump if he does.
He's looking at the board at those bonus rings. I guarantee you that's what he's looking at.
Yeah. Your umbrella guy's got to know this.
Yeah.
Keith, center 10 wins it. Keith knows. Surely he does.
This could be 2 in a row.
He said after the last tournament, when he just had to shoot a 10 to win, he said it was one of the easiest arrows he shot all weekend, so he's pretty comfortable in this situation right here.
Here he goes.
Ooh.
Oh,
got it?
We heard a yes. It's low. He made it interesting, but he got it.
There it is. He got a 10.
Yes.
Good shooting, Keith Ahlstrom.
Keith Ahlstrom, 2 in a row, back-to-back in senior pro.
Wow, that's good for him.
Yeah, to go years, Darren, and not win anything, and then all of a sudden 2 years ago he won his first. 2 wins this year.
Oh, that's so good.
he's got to be pretty good. Yeah, we'll talk to Keith Ahlstrom here because that's got to make him feel good. I know for all that time he was working.
He still
and it's
works
paying
all the time.
off. I mean, he still does.
Yeah.
But now it's paying off.
Yeah, Keith's a working man. He owns a tree business.
For sure. We should say he's not a full-time archer.
No, he works full time. His son Cody's at home running the business while he's off playing bows and arrows this weekend, and he's doing well.
Yeah. All right, he's got him on there. Keith Ahlstrom, back-to-back wins. How does that feel?
It's pretty good.
But Keith, talk about 10 412s in a row. You had to feel like your numbers were just rock solid.
Yeah, they were good. I usually underjudge, so I added some yardage to my numbers today, and it worked.
Keith, you obviously didn't need my arrows to shoot at this weekend to win a tournament, obviously. But, man, we talked a little bit about confidence. And, you come off the last tournament winning. You shot a really solid round yesterday. You were 80% on bonus rings out there just a minute ago. What does confidence do for you when you're out there?
A lot, and I'll be honest, I didn't have a lot this morning because I didn't shoot great this morning. And I was the benefactor of the rain.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I know we'll have flip-flops on that. Some people will benefit, some people won't. But, buddy, congratulations. What a great win. Back-to-back, that's tough to do.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
All right, Keith Ahlstrom, our winner here, senior pro at the Mathews Pro-Am in Metropolis, Illinois. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with Senior Known Pro up next. All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Mathews Pro-Am at Fort Massac State Park here in Metropolis, Illinois. Once again, this is the fourth stop on the Delta McKenzie Pro-Am Tour for 2025. And next up, we're going to have our Senior Known Pro division. And there is our leaderboard, Darren Christenberry. Break that down for us.
Kevin Beach coming in first place at a 222. Charlie Rogers at 220. Mike Holbert Sr. 218. Randy Morocco at a 214. And then Tim Gillingham, by way of a one-arrow shoot-off, snuck in the fifth spot with a 214 as well. So here we go.
All right, let's bring out our archers. As you mentioned, our fifth place qualifier with a score of 214 and 10 bonus rings. From Provo, Utah, shooting for Mathews, Tim Gillingham. And our fourth place qualifier with a score of 214 and 11 bonus rings. From Lowellville, Ohio, shooting for Mathews, Randy Morocco. Our third place qualifier with a score of 218 and 10 bonus rings. Shooting for Elite, Mike Hulbert Sr. Our second place qualifier with a score of 220 and 10 bonus rings. From Huntsville, Alabama, shooting for Mathews, Charlie Rogers. And our number one qualifier with a score of 222 and 11 bonus rings. From Dry Ridge, Kentucky, shooting for Darton, Kevin Beach. All right, Darren. I didn't have a hometown for Mike Hulbert. Do you know where he's from?
He is from Uniondale, Indiana.
There we go.
Yep.
We don't want to slight Uniondale, Indiana.
Yeah, up around
There's
Fort Wayne.
your shooter.
Yep, up around Fort Wayne. He's a Hoosier.
All right. So now, Darren, explain to the folks the difference. This is senior known pro.
Yeah, I made light of the senior pros earlier being old. I did that because I'm old like them. I'm in my 50s as well. But this is the senior known pro, and what that means is they have a laser rangefinder with them. They're clicking the distance. They know exactly how far away these targets are. These guys will be really aggressive. We'll see a lot of bonus rings hit right here too.
Yep. There's our leader, Kevin Beach, who had a real good day yesterday. 11 bonus rings, 222, Darren. That means no eights.
That's a bunch. Yeah, that's a good round for a one-day score.
11 out of 20. He hit the bonus rings and never left the 10 ring.
There's our leader right there, Kevin Beach. Good look at him. They're all choosing wind right now. Tim went out gunning.
Yeah. He went straight for the 14 and didn't get it.
Yep.
Kevin looks like he's on the left side of that coyote. And we'll see there. All right, Charlie Rogers there, Darren.
I don't see an arrow in the gray ram.
Oh, was that?
Oh, he hasn't shot yet. How much time? Oh, he's got
Charlie.
he's got 20 seconds. There we go. Sorry about that. 17,
Charlie taking
15.
his time.
Yeah.
You got it, Charlie.
Plenty of time.
Good shot.
Can't
Good
let
shot.
down now. 10 seconds. 9, 8. Good shot.
He had called the
called
upper. So, yeah.
He just put his flag down. You can't do that.
I wonder if it was left up.
No, Kevin told him you got to put that. Yeah.
Oh, there he goes. Okay.
Gotcha.
Yep. All right, so 10 for Kevin Beach. Charlie Rogers were coming down too, and so Darren for Charlie for diehard MLB fans.
Yeah.
There's your guy, former Major League Baseball player.
Really?
I know he played for Milwaukee.
Nice.
I don't know what other teams he played for, but I know Milwaukee.
I
So,
didn't know that. That's cool. He'll
he's
take
out
a
here.
10 right there. Good shot. Mike Hulbert called upper as well. 10.
10.
Yeah.
10's across the board, and now here's Randy Morocco, a past shooter of the year in this class.
Randy's a great indoor shooter too.
Yes.
Super solid. He did not call upper, and his arrow looks like it's in the vicinity of the 12. And it is.
12. Yes.
Very
All right.
good.
Randy took this year off from work. He said he was going pro archer.
Full-time
all
guy.
in.
Tim takes a 5, so 219 for Timmy.
Tim Gillingham, no stranger to anybody who watches these broadcasts. He is our reigning shooter of the year in this class. He is the leading archer for shooter of the year in this class for this year.
We play another archery game in the IBO, and Tim's leading shooter of the year in that as well.
There you go.
So he's the most passionate guy on the planet about target archery. He
Loves
shoots
it.
all the venues, all the
everything.
Yeah, all the formats, and he works hard at it. He really does.
And blew up his bow last night, Derek.
No way.
He shot an arrow that was broken, derailed his bow, had to put it, and it was like at the end of the night, had to put it all back together. And when he came out this morning, he was leading. He was shooting well.
Yeah, he said he was shooting good this morning.
So, and I imagine he's probably a little disappointed because he was on top of the leaderboard when we got cut by lightning.
So the weather took everything that he gained today away from him.
As you mentioned, there were some who were going to move forward, some were going to move back. Tim moved back, unfortunately for him.
It's hard to make everybody happy, especially in these weather situations, and it's unfortunate. And
What
it's
can you
fortunate.
do?
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. I'd say Tim will stay mashed on the gas here and go for more 14 since he's in 5th, and he got that one, it looks like. That'll
Now
help
he's
his
saying,
cause.
why didn't I get the last one?
Yeah, if he'd have hit that first one, these guys could be in trouble. Let's see what he got for sure down there.
All right, so Tim, 14 on the HHA Coyote. Should mention we have the Gas Bowstrings Ram. We have the Stan Releases Impala, Schwacker Blessbuck, and the Bow Doodle bedded buck. We thank our target sponsors for all they do that enable us to do what we do.
8 for
Kevin Beach.
Puts him at 240, I believe.
Yes, that should be correct.
Yep. It looks like an 8 on that Impala as well.
That's for Charlie.
238, if my math is right. Mike Holbert called upper. That looks pretty good naked eye.
Bang.
12 points.
There it is. 12 points for Michael.
240. I think that puts him tied for the lead.
Right to the right there is Michael Holbert Jr., his son, in the True Ball Excel shirt.
More archery shop owners.
Yep.
And a 12 for Randy.
12 for Randy. All right.
230. We got a race right here.
Here we go.
2 tied at 240 if my math is right, and 2 tied at 238, and Tim is shooting at 14, so it's not over. Yes, 240, 240, 238, 238, and a 233.
There you see Randy looking through that rangefinder. Very familiar to bow hunters, of course. Click on that, get that distance.
He's winding that sight down to the exact yardage that his rangefinder said. He's double checking.
There's a little of that senior. You he's using that as a magnifier.
Yeah.
So he can see his sight tape.
Yeah, if his rangefinder said, we'll say 35.2, he's setting that sight to 35.2 yards. They'll know exactly how far this is, so they have a really good chance of hitting these rings. But you still got to make the shot. There's a little wind, there's a little sun, there's a little lighting issue out there. It's not perfect all the time. Tim is behind that umbrella. That's Isaac Bedford holding his umbrella for him. Let's see if he'll go for this 14 as well. I'm sure he will. He got it. He had to have. Yep. He's coming on strong.
Watch out.
That guy is so good.
Is there anything more dangerous than Tim Gillingham coming from behind?
No.
Hitting his stride.
No. I've said before, he's a different type of aggressive. And it's a different type. Here we go. This is Randy Morocco.
10 for Randy. All right.
248. The gas bowstrings ram coming up here for Mr. Gillingham. He's gained 8 points on the last 2 targets, and that is, I'm pretty sure it's really close.
It looks like.
I think.
So we could see that shadow deformed down in Darren.
It's got a touch.
Yeah.
I think it did, but it's got a touch. Yep.
There we go.
14.
So, this isn't paper. This is foam, so it's pliable. So it's going to move with the arrow.
Yes.
And that's what we call pulling the line.
It looks like Kevin called upper, and he's not in the upper. So it's a 10. 250. Tim's only 3 points behind the leader with shooting a 5 on the first target because of those 214s.
Now we come around to Charlie. He did call upper.
And he got it. Good shot, Charlie Rogers.
All right.
250. He's tied for first.
A 12 for Mike.
Nice. So Mike Holbert just took the lead.
All right.
Way to go, guys.
Make it interesting. That's what we like.
It's close. Yeah, it really is. It doesn't get any easier. We got 2 arrows left in regulation. Again, anybody within 10 points of the leader is going to shoot a 6th and final arrow. Bonus rings will break ties, but if we tie on score and bonus rings, we'll shoot till we have a winner. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that background there. So just over the edge of that green that you saw is the Ohio River, is what the horizon was. But what a just great venue here. You saw the historic buildings from Fort Massac. It's from the 1700s, if I remember. and just a great venue here. This is one of my favorite finals venues.
This
Darren.
is a good place to stay. I stay right here at Harris Casino, right on the river, just up the river. I helped pay their light bill this week. So, yeah, I like to make a little donation while I'm in Illinois. So,
the good people of Metropolis appreciate you, Darren.
Good look at Charlie Rogers there, southpaw, shooting lefty.
Yep.
Holding that bow pretty darn steady.
He called upper. Might be a little low of the upper, but there's Tim Gillingham. I'm going to guess was 14 hunting
He did
again.
shoot
He
another
was.
one. That's
He's
close.
right close to it. Oh, no, he's shaking his head.
He says no.
Yeah.
Boy, if he'd have hit that, it would have been a game changer for him.
So this is Mike Hulbert.
Yep. He's got a 10.
Takes a 10. All right.
Not bad right there, 262. It looks like Randy Morocco shoot a 14.
Randy, I believe he did. He must have really liked that one.
Wow.
And he got it, I believe.
I mean, it's close. I think he's got it. Naked eye, it looks good. Oh.
Oh.
Maybe
he's
not.
Right on the next to it,
that's
Darren.
such a heartbreaking arrow call right there.
Oh, that's a tough one.
They're looking.
What's he going to do?
It's
just
wide.
Just missed. Randy says, wow.
56.
Just left, Darren.
Wow.
Or right, left. No,
yeah,
it's left.
Just left of it, yeah.
Man, that was a good shot.
An 8 for Tim.
8 for Tim.
Okay, he didn't get hurt too bad shooting that 14. 255.
Now we come around to Kevin.
Kevin called upper. I don't think it's high enough for an upper. It's a 10.
Yeah.
260.
10. And that's what we call par, Darren.
Yep.
No harm, no foul.
10s aren't bad. They're not a bad thing, but if you got guys behind you hammering rings, 10s will not help you much. 260. All right, not much changed there other than Randy and Tim. The leaders stayed the exact same.
So, and that's part of the game, Darren, because, of course, you could come out and just shoot center 10, center 10, center 10 and be safe.
Yeah.
But going for those bonus rings, that's how you gain ground, but that's also then they're on the edges. That's how you lose ground.
Yeah,
so
that's exactly
it's
right.
Give and take.
That's the fun part of ASA is the risk and reward. If you shoot at 12s, you have to risk shooting an 8 or worse.
Yeah.
And then when you get in the shoot-off, if you want to shoot at 14s, it's 14, 8, or 5. You most times don't get lucky shooting at a 14 and catch a 10.
Yeah.
They're too far apart. So.
Yeah.
Most times.
And in these pro classes, there is no class where you can just shoot center 10 and expect to be in the finals.
No.
It's just not going to happen.
And this is the 5th arrow. So after this shot, anybody within 10 points of the leader, whoever that might be, will get to shoot a 6th and potentially final arrow to decide the winner.
Yeah, looks like there we are. Mike Hulbert.
I think we're waiting on Charlie to get set down there. Ready to go.
All right.
Here we go.
Ready. Yeah, Mike Hulbert in the lead by 2. Kevin Beach, Charlie Rogers.
Let's see what Randy does. He went at a 14 and shot an 8. Tim went at a 14 and shot an 8. And I don't think Tim's going to let up now. He's on a shorter target. Maybe the shortest target.
Yeah, he went at
That looks pretty good.
It does look good.
A good look at Kevin Beach right there. He came in as the leader. He's trying to fight back to the top.
Oh, he called upper. I think that's under it, Darren.
He's hitting a little bit low. That's interesting. With knowing the distance, he's about 2 yards short on the last 2. Good look at Charlie's break shot breaking right there.
And we're getting our score, and it is a 10.
He called upper.
Okay.
Called upper, hit the lower. That's a 10. 270.
All right. So Mike Hulbert, what did he do? He called upper. I don't believe he's in upper territory. No, he's a 10.
10.
All right.
272. Yes.
Or no, Mike was our leader. Yeah. Okay.
He's
so
2 points ahead.
It was Kevin who was.
Oh, Randy shot at another 14, didn't he? I see it.
Yeah,
he got
that one. Man.
Gosh, that puts him at 270. Wow, what a big arrow.
Yeah.
What a big arrow. Mr. Gillingham.
Don't think he got this one. He shook his head. Nope.
Oh, he did not.
It's an 8.
So 263.
No. Tim's upset with himself.
He's still within 10 points of the leader, so he'll be in the final arrow.
10 for Kevin. All right, so Randy made some ground, but I don't think that our current podium positions change.
No, this is far from over. We got Tim at a 263, if my math is right, in 5th. And then Randy Morocco, Charlie Rogers, and Kevin Beecher all at 270. And then Mike Holbert Sr.'s at 272. So all 5 shooters will shoot one more shot.
Boy, that 14 that Randy just missed, he's got to be thinking about that.
Yeah, if he'd have hit it, he'd have a 4-point lead right now.
So close.
Yeah, you know, when you're shooting your qualifying round, you slip up and you shoot at 8, you're like, it's not a big deal. It really is. Every point is so important. It's hard to get to 12s, and you really don't want to give them back. But if you're being aggressive, you're going to shoot some 8s. Every point matters. I mean, every point matters, especially when the weather comes in this weekend. You got an abbreviated tournament. You know, you didn't have a chance to gain any ground on day 2. You just had to stick with day 1 score.
And some of these targets, Darren, especially the Blessbuck and the Ram, are the darkest.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they have magnifiers in their scopes, but they may not be able to see the rings.
It's like shooting at a piece of black cardboard down there.
Yeah.
It's hard to, you're trying to find muscles and aiming off the leg, and it's the lighter targets are definitely, you can see more detail, but the dark targets are hard to aim at. Case in point.
And as we mentioned, these guys are old. So, you know.
Yeah, that does play a factor. But I truly believe, you know, if that Blessbach, you put a different target there, it's the shortest target on the field.
Oh, yeah.
Tim's last arrow, he probably hits it.
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure.
When he knows the distance and he can see it, he hits it the majority of the time.
Right.
Just a testament to the skill level of these guys.
Yeah. So our last chance archery, last chance arrow, I believe is the bedded buck. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And they have moved the stake up, but they use rangefinders, so it doesn't matter. But
yeah, if I was Mike Holbert and I was leading, I would want to be shooting at like a 50-yard coyote right now.
Yeah,
something that's hard to hit.
Yes.
Because if you get something in this mid-range, which this doesn't look to be too long, these guys are liable to hit a bunch of rings, forcing him to have to hit a ring.
Yeah.
He does have a 2-point lead, so he does have an advantage.
Yeah.
I know what Tim's going to do.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to go for it.
He's ready.
He's none too excited about this. But
no, let's see if he can go 1 for 2 on this bedded buck. You can see the shadow right there splitting it. If he can aim right where the sun and the shadow meet, he'll hit this thing. Just under it.
Just under.
Yep, he knew it as soon as it left. Yeah, he's
not happy.
Not too happy with that. Yeah.
Now, Tim's a command shooter. He says the sight picture dictates his release.
Mm-hmm. That won't help to his frustration of the weekend, because I know he made a run this morning. He was priced. I think he was leading the tournament up until the weather delay, and then when the weather delay happened, his score went back to what day 1 was, and he got in by way of shoot-off. So a blessing in one view, and you know, a nightmare in another.
Yeah, it's like you said. What can you do?
Yeah, Charlie's calling upper. So Tim did shoot an 8. He finishes with a 271. We'll get that noted.
Yeah, we should mention, Darren, the Lightning went all the way to like 12:30. They just kept going till a point where it was like we can't finish the round and get the finals.
Yeah, I know it's sunny now and there's blue skies and people are going, why weren't we shooting?
Yeah.
I was there during the meeting. It wasn't an easy decision.
No.
They weren't doing it going, haha, we're getting it. It's not like they did that. They were concerned about people's safety, and it was very unfortunate.
For sure.
What Charlie does. He called upper.
Oh, he went for that.
He went for that 14.
I think he's a little bit right.
That's really close.
It
but
is close.
Just in or just out at 4 o'clock.
Oh, I think he's just out to the right. Yeah, I think.
And
oh no, he got it. He got it.
14.
Charlie Rogers.
284.
I have to ask Charlie, is that like 2 outs, bottom of the 9th? You need this hit to take the lead.
So that moves him to 12 bonus rings. So if Mike Holbert hits a 12, he would win on bonus rings. They'd be tied. We'll see what Randy Morocco does. No, we're Kevin right now.
Kevin's up first.
Yeah, my bad. Kevin's up. He's got to shoot a 14.
Just watch Charlie do it. Oh, I think he's high left.
He did. He shot a 5 right there. Kevin Beach at 275.
Wow.
Oh, that's heartbreaking right there. Come in leading. And that 5's going to take him. We don't know where he'll finish, but that's a 275.
All right, so Randy Morocco, he hit 2 14s in this round, missed 1 14. As you mentioned, he's an excellent indoor shooter.
Mm-hmm. And Mike Holbert behind him. Mike's a great indoor shooter too.
Yeah, NFA Indoor Nationals, he's always in the mix.
Randy's pretty calm in these situations.
Yeah.
He looks pretty good.
He's pretty calm in most situations.
Yeah, archery doesn't get him. He might get nervous, but he doesn't show up and show it, and he handles it well. So he's got to get this 14 as well.
Oh,
way left.
Wide left.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
So 5 for Randy, 275.
All right, Charlie, with each one that goes by, he's saying, I'm hanging in, I'm hanging in. All right, so Mike, a 12, and he wins.
Yeah.
Because he'll have a bonus ring. That'll give him 13, and he'll get to 84.
A 12 or a 14, he wins outright.
Yeah.
A 10.
Now, what's he got to protect?
If he shoots a 10, he finishes at an 82. So he would get
still be
he would
second.
Get second.
He'd still be second. Okay.
Yeah. He needs a bonus ring.
You got to shoot at the 12. You can't risk that 14.
Yeah. Yeah, if you shoot a 5, you finish second. He'd be at a 77.
Oh, still second.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for me, what I would do, what can I see the best? Where's my best reference? Is it the 12? Is it the 14?
If it doesn't matter.
Where I'm the most comfortable aiming, I need a ring regardless. Which one can I see the best? Which one can I aim at the best? That's how I make this decision right here. Mike needs a ring to win.
Here we go.
Oh, that's
close. Any cheering
he
yet.
called up.
Oh, wait, I see a fist bump from his son. There we go.
He got it.
He got it.
Holy smokes, what a shot.
Mike Holbert Sr. We'll
bonus
wait for the
ring.
official call. There it is.
12, so he's going to win with a 284 and 13
and
bonus
13
rings,
bonus
and Charlie
rings.
will be second at 284 and 12. What a fantastic shot,
That's
Mike
the
Holbert.
way you like to finish there, Darren.
Wow.
Last arrow.
That's
bonus ring. And need a bonus
awesome.
ring. That's the peak of pressure right there,
He will
Darren.
be ecstatic. When that soaks in, yeah, you can tell he's happy. When that soaks in.
Great finish there from Mike Holbert Sr. He's going to head over to our interview area. Darren, clutch.
That's awesome.
Clutch arrow. We've had a bunch of them this year.
If you can hit them when you have to, you can take checks to the bank. That's pretty good stuff right there.
Yeah, congrats to Mike.
That's a good battle.
Yeah. All the way to the end like that, changing on the very last arrow. Can't have it any other way. There's Mike Holbert Sr. with the headset on. Mike, champion, relief, or are you feeling, yes, victory?
I can't. My heart's beating on my chest. That's a lot of work. A lot of work finally came together. I mean,
Walk me through that last arrow. You had to have a bonus ring to win. Huge arrow.
Yeah, there was a lot of shaking. There was a lot of bouncing below it, and just tried to be patient and make a good shot. And yeah, that's about all I can say about it.
Mike, a lot of hard work goes into this. I know you're a shop owner. You work full time. You're a competitive archer. We talked about you're a great indoor shooter. This has been a long time coming. I know it hasn't sunk in yet, but it's going to sink in a few hours or a few days. How important is this to you, and how excited are you to get a big win out here?
Oh, it's huge. I haven't had a win since senior known 50, right before the known pro class, and I won shooter of the year that year. And it's just been get around it, but not get into it. And I couldn't be happier. There's not much more I can say.
That's awesome. Congratulations. That was a clutch final shot. Fantastic weekend, buddy.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Congratulations to Mike Colbert Sr. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be back at the Mathews Pro-Am in Fort Massac. Short commercial break. We'll be right back. What's that? I don't think.
What a shot.
He got it.
Unbelievable. So Kyle needs an 8 to win.
8 to win. Oh, he went right at it.
10 or 10, done. This guy is unreal. That's it. And he got it. Never play it safe, Gillingham.
This bow's packed with new features and technology. Next in the evolution of carbon bows.
I like it, dude.
Shooting IBO speeds of up to 340 feet per second. This bow will reach draw lengths of out to 32 inches.
Right where he said shut down.
So this bow here is a really good bow to get started. What do you think?
I like it. Three fingers underneath, and you're gonna draw to your anchor. Great job.
This limit would be a good step up from what you had. It's gonna be a little bit higher draw.
Hey, nice shot.
Thanks.
There's he's dead.
Oh,
He
yeah.
got it.
He got it.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
466. Wow. That's pretty
That's
good.
why people call him the GOAT right
Yeah.
there.
I really feel like this is where I need to be.
Ryan Jeffries, Mr. Ryan Reed, Chris Hacker, Alan Connor, Benny Barger, and your #1 qualifier from Voorheesville, New York, Jacob Sluzard.
I thought I could hang with these guys, and I wanted to prove that, but winning after 5 tournaments it's a lot.
Made of high-grade machined aluminum for added durability. Premier features designed to fit to any manufactured bow and installs easily. Fortifying the CBE Advantage, a custom feel that you can count on. Enjoy calculated precision. We're not just a sight company. We're CBE, Custom Bow Equipment.
In the past 20 years, LCA has been a game changer.
We shoot a lot different style bows now than we did 10 years ago, even 5 years ago.
Because they're archery people, they make products that we actually need, and it's just a bunch of fluff and trash that sounds cool, but you don't really need.
The innovation of Last Chance Archery products has been incredible. Everything that a pro shop owner or a serious competitor or bow hunter would want, Last Chance Archery has been there for them.
At HHA, bow hunting is in our blood. At the moment of truth, there are no shortcuts, no excuses. It's just you and your bow. So when we build a site for these moments that take your breath away. For the past 40 years, we've been setting the tempo for bow sites in the hunting industry, and this year we did it yet again. New for 2025, the Nitrix from HHA.
Should be a pretty good shoot-off. They don't have rangefinders, so watch this. Levi has it for the 14. Come on! There we go.
Smoked 12. So, welcome to the big stage.
Man, I felt so good in that shoot down.
Too easy. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh, Carr got donutted. That's what you do. 12 for Sharon. He got it! Oh, he got it! The Mathews Pro-Am has been an endurance test to see who can stand the Metropolis heat among the archers competing in the ASA's 4 pro classes. We're set up at the historic Fort Massac on the banks of the Ohio River for the Pro Pressure Point Shootdowns. Who has what it takes to keep the momentum rolling and climb to the top of the podiums? Let's find out right now. Welcome everyone to the Mathews Pro-Am, the 4th stop on the 2025 Delta McKenzie ASA Tour. Welcome to the broadcast booth. I'm PJ Riley, sitting alongside Darren Christianberry. Darren, we're here at the beautiful Fort Massac on the banks of the Ohio River in Metropolis, Illinois. Crazy weekend. It looks beautiful now. That was not the case earlier.
Yeah, we've had an abbreviated tournament. We got day 1 in yesterday. We shot 20 targets. We normally shoot 40 in qualification for a 2-day score of 400 or better, hopefully. But unfortunately, a little weather changed how things went, and we're taking day 1 scores to get the top 5. We're going to have some great shoot-offs this afternoon. Unfortunately, people didn't get a second chance to try to make a move to win this thing, but we're going to shoot some arrows and see who we can crown as winners this weekend.
All right, Darren, so this is ASA. This is the Delta McKenzie Tour, so those are specific targets. We want to explain to folks how the scoring works, so we're going to go listen to Scott Parrott, who's going to run down the scoring for ASA.
Hello, everyone. Scott Parrott here, the National Tournament Director for ASA. We want to take a closer look at the Delta McKenzie targets and the scoring rings just before we get started at the shoot down. Anywhere on the animal will score a 5. The next scoring ring will be the 8 ring, not to confuse it with the core line. Inside the 8 ring will be a 5-inch 10 ring. Inside the 10 ring, we have 2 12 rings, the bottom 12 and the upper 12. The upper 12 has to be called before you can score as a 12. There is 1 ring on the upper side, mostly in the 8, that is a 14 ring, will only be used during the shoot down.
All right, Darren, first up, we are going to go to our Women's Known Pro. That's our first class that we have here, and we want to bring these archers out. Well, let's go to our standings first so we know who's coming out when we see it. There's our leaderboard. Darren, break it down for us.
Yeah, back-to-back champion, maybe back-to-back-to-back champion. Tanya Gillantine, top of the leaderboard there to 218. 2025 Vegas champ Grayson Fletcher in second place at a 214. Morgan Rives 213. Sarah Preels and Annabelle Moore rounding out the top 5 with 212s.
All right, let's get to our main event here. Again, Women's Known Pro. Our 5th place qualifier with a score of 212 and 8 bonus rings. From Little Rock, Arkansas, Annabelle Moore. Our 4th place qualifier with a score of 212 and 9 bonus rings. From Edinburgh, United Kingdom, shooting for Mathews, Sarah Preels. Our 3rd place qualifier with a score of 213 and 10 bonus rings. From Natchez, Mississippi, shooting for Elite, Morgan Reeves. And our 2nd place qualifier with a score of 214 and 8 bonus rings. From Boonville, Indiana, shooting for Hoyt, Grayson Fletcher. And our number 1 qualifier with a score of 218 and 9 bonus rings. From Stanton, Kentucky, shooting for Hoyt, Tanya Galantine. All right, Darren. Yes, as you mentioned, currently the first 3 tournaments were all won by Tanya Galantine.
And I think a couple of them, she had to shoot the 14 on her final arrow to win it, and she did.
You are correct.
Oh, yeah, she's been on fire this year. She's a phenomenal archer. Grayson Fletcher's in 2nd place. She was the Vegas champ this year.
Yeah.
You know, Morgan Reeves is no stranger to these shoot-offs and winning. Sarah Preels is a great international archer. Annabelle Moore, I believe last time we talked about her, she's 17 years old.
Watch her.
She just came into the scene, and she is tough.
Watch her.
Yep.
She is a name to watch,
Yep.
100%. Grayson Fletcher, that's a name to watch. This is, I believe, her 2nd ASA in the pro class.
Yeah.
She shot amateur classes, but...
Here's a look at Morgan. Morgan... Good look at Morgan right there, calling an upper, I believe. And I believe she got it. There's Grayson.
All right, we want to welcome everyone who is just tuning in for the Sportsman's Channel. We are here at the Mathews Pro-Am, 4th stop on the 2025 Delta McKenzie ASA Tour. We are here at Fort Massac, Illinois, and we're with our women's known pro division. They just shot their first arrow. If you're wondering why you're coming in the middle, we've had crazy weather delays and all kinds of complications, but you can see the sun is shining, and so we're here. Women's known pro, they just shot their first arrow, so you didn't miss anything yet.
10 for Grayson.
All right.
224 for her.
So that was Grayson Fletcher, if you missed our introductions,
There
from
was a
Boonville, Indiana.
Good look at Morgan Reeves over her shoulder, and I believe she shot an upper 12, and she did.
She did. Morgan Reeves, Natchez, Mississippi, shooting for Elite. Sarah Preels from the UK, one of our international shooters. Starts out with a 10, and young Annabelle Moore is our next archer.
She went at the 14. She's like, all right, I'm 6 points out of the lead. Let's just try to make a move.
And guess
she
what?
Got it.
She got it. Annabelle Moore, 17 years old. So between them, I mean, you got Annabelle, Grayson's 18. I believe Morgan is 18 or 19.
Yeah.
I mean, these ladies,
I don't know
we
if
won't say Sarah and Tanya, but they're older than that.
And I don't know if it's right to say for the women's known pro, but I want to say young studs.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to see it.
Morgan, I started to mention a minute ago. There's a good look at Annabelle. There's Sarah. Morgan, she 12'd her first target, came up to me while we were in the rain delay and said, do you have cams? And I said, I do. She's like, something's up with my bow, and I'm just not sure, but I think I'd be more comfortable if I could change my cams. She tore her whole bow apart right before the shoot down, stepped up there and 12'd the first target. So here we go.
Wow.
Yeah.
And if, folks, if you've never rebuilt a compound bow, there's not a ton of parts, but there's a lot to get it right.
Yes, with the draw length, you lose a couple twists in your string, your peep doesn't roll right. There's a good look at Annabelle. She started with the 14. Let's see what she does for an encore.
She's on.
She did not call upper, so she was shooting at the 12. There's Grayson.
So what's happening, folks, is we've got 5 3D targets here, and we're shooting. Each archer shoots a target, and then they rotate to the right. Number 5 target swings around to number 1. So we have the HHA Coyote, which is at 47 yards. That's our number 1 target.
Annabelle
that was
got a 10.
Annabelle Moore. Coming around to the Gas Bowstrings Ram. That is 37 yards. This is the known distance class. So these ladies are using rangefinders.
Tanya called upper. She's just under it, I believe.
Got the 10.
236.
Coming up next to the Stan Impala is 43 yards. Grayson Fletcher.
She called upper. The flag's up. Well, she's putting it down
she
now.
took a 10.
Okay, I don't know if she did or... Oh, she's putting it down because her arrow was called. Okay, I get confused by that sometimes.
Morgan Reeves on the Schwacker Blessbuck. That is 35 yards, so that is the shortest target. And then Sarah Preels is on the Bow Doodle Bedded Buck, 40 yards.
She called an upper and shot an 8.
Shot an 8. Okay.
230. So right now, Annabelle and Tanya are tied at 236. Morgan is at 235, if my math's right. And then Grayson is at 234. Sarah at 230. We'll get an update here in just a second.
If you're
yes.
a regular with our ASA broadcast, you're seeing those numbers starting with 2. That's because, Darren,
we had a storm blow through earlier, and unfortunately day 2 of competition was canceled, so we had to go off day 1 scores. 20 targets would be 200 par. Obviously the up scores were bonus rings, but yeah, we got a half a tournament in this weekend.
Yeah, we got through about, depending on what course you were on, 10 to 12 targets, and then lightning came and it just hung around to early afternoon. There was just no time to finish it, so unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Another good look at Annabelle right there. She's shooting the gray Ram, I believe, the Gas Bowstrings Ram.
Morgan is in the shadow there. Couldn't
There's
see it.
Sarah.
There's Sarah Preel.
She didn't like that one when it left. It looks to be a little bit left.
Sarah comes over from the UK from time to time. She doesn't get to all of these, but she's an excellent archer in all the target stuff.
Yes.
Vegas, Lancaster Archery Classic. She shoots all those games. So she's an excellent archer.
Sarah got a 10.
She is cranking that sight.
240. Here's Annabelle. She hit the first ring, didn't miss the second one by much.
Gas Bowstrings Ram.
They're taking a look. That's close.
Oh, I think she got it.
12.
Oh, yeah, she did.
Wow, good for her. 248. Good strong shot from Tanya right there. We mentioned she's a multiple-time winner this year, but you talk about tough archer.
Oh, yeah. Yes, Vegas champ, Lancaster Archery Classic champ, you name it, Tanya Galantine has won it.
Success on the world stage. Yeah, she's tough.
Yeah. And it's interesting, Darren, because
8 for Grayson, 242.
2 years ago, Darren, Paige Pierce came through and won all these tournaments, and I remember people saying, she is too good, the people can't hang with her. And now you got Tanya Galantine came up here and says, well, I think I'm pretty good.
The Paige came in at an elite level, and the playing field has, caught up to her.
Yeah.
I mean, Paige hasn't changed her game much. It's just the competition has caught up. And it's great to see.
Yeah. Paige still excellent at this game, still makes shoot downs. No slight to her at all.
Paige only wins.
Still one of the best.
She only wins about $6.8 million a year shooting a bow. So that's exaggerated, but she'll be just fine.
Yeah. Yes. And if you had given her the full day today, she might have been out.
Yeah,
here,
who knows? Yeah.
Yesterday wasn't.
She
her
said,
day.
I talked to her earlier in the rain delay, and she said, man, I've shot great today. I hope we get a finish. So I know she was making a run.
Yep.
There's a good look at Morgan. Tore her bow completely apart, put it completely back together.
I can't believe it.
And here she goes. There's Sarah. Paige holding her umbrella. That's close at that 14.
So now we're looking at Grayson. So she is our Vegas champ this year in Women's Pro, the only one to shoot a 900.
Good strong shot.
At 18 years old.
Had never shot a 300 before in Vegas and went out there and
Yeah.
shot three days
in
in a row.
That's right.
Boom.
Announce your presence with authority, Darren.
Yeah. So Morgan shot a 10. 255.
Coming
This
to
is Sarah. She went at the 14.
She did. I think she's just off.
She got an 8.
Yep, for an 8. Gas
248.
Bowstrings Ram. Annabelle Moore. The Stan Impala.
She did not call upper, and that
call upper.
arrow was awful close to that lower 12.
Here we go. There it is. Got it.
12, that kid.
Got it.
260.
Keeps rolling.
I met her at an indoor tournament. I think I mentioned it before. And hey, how you doing? Good, good. How'd you shoot today? 60X. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, I got them all. And I'm like, holy smokes. Good 12 there for Tanya.
Tanya gets the 12.
258 for Tanya. Yeah, this is far from over.
All right.
Good look at Grayson there. Strong shot.
She went at it.
She got an 8. She went for that 14.
I think if she plays this game a little more.
Oh, yeah.
That seems to be, same with Tanya. She didn't have a lot of experience with the 3D game, but obviously she has figured it out.
Yeah, I hadn't seen, and if I had seen her, I hadn't noticed Grayson out here much. I passed her on the range yesterday or today, and I was like, hey, champ, I was surprised to see her. I'm glad to see her out here.
Yep, me too.
She's another Hoosier down around Boonville, I believe it is.
That's right. One of your fellow Hoosiers.
Hoosiers.
All right, there we go. Annabelle Moore holding that lead. 2-point lead over Tanya Galantine.
We'll see if Morgan makes a move here. She's on probably the shortest target, which is the Ram. It's the second shortest target. I think she can probably see that 14 ring. Let's see if she's ready to make a move here. She's 5 points out of the lead. A 14 would do her well. See what she decides to do. She went at it.
Went at it. I think she's low. Grayson on that Coyote.
Pretty
nice
steady
split
right
screen
there.
Split screen. Talking's hard.
Nice strong shot. She did call upper. It's in the vicinity.
Yeah, close.
In the vicinity.
She might be just under it or to the left. Yeah.
It is.
A little bit
Maybe
left.
oh, no, she got an 8.
And popped out of the 10 ring to an 8.
258. Okay, Morgan's going to take A. She was trying to make her move. I don't blame her.
Yep.
8. 2.
Morgan's great, even at her young age. She's won several of these. She's almost always in the mix coming into the last day. Just
14 for Sarah. Nice.
there you go, Sarah.
262. That puts her right back in the hunt.
All right, here's our leader, and she did not call upper.
Nope, she went for the lower.
Close. Yeah, they're looking at it. And Scott says 10. Okay.
270.
So Tanya did call the upper, and I think she's left.
Yeah, I believe it's just a 10.
Yeah.
We're already, this is our 5th arrow already?
5th arrow, yeah.
Oh, wow. So 268 for Tanya. Annabelle's leading this thing right now. Whoa.
Yep. Grayson Fletcher is going to finish in 5th place with a 258. Congratulations for her. Your second tournament as a pro. You make the shoot down.
Yeah.
Hey, pretty good.
We've had the camera there on Tanya, and I'm pretty sure she's going, well, if I'm going to win this one, I have to shoot another 14.
Another 14. Can she do it?
Oh, I know she can.
In Fort Benning, she had to have a 14. She hit it. In Camp Minden, she had to have a 14. She hit it.
So we're going to have 4 in the final arrow. That was a fast shoot-off. Even I was surprised when I looked down at my note card here, and I'm like, oh, that was the 5th arrow already.
Yeah, we should let folks know we are kind of hustling because there is a storm reportedly on the way. So we want to get all the action in before that happens.
It is a little bit cooler today. It's still humid, but we were in the upper 90s with like disgusting humidity.
Brutal.
And it's a little better today. I think disrespectful was the word somebody used about the weather at home. How's the weather?
I think that's right.
It's disrespectful.
It is. Yeah. I agree. So folks can't see it, but I'm looking at one of our cameramen standing in front of me, and he's taking his shoes off because he's ankle deep in the water. That's how much rain was dumped this morning once it did start. And the guys here are like, well, my feet are going to be wet. I'll just take my shoes off.
Looks like Scott chose the Impala for our 6th and final arrow.
All right.
What's the shooting order here? We're going to have Sarah Priels is going to shoot first. Morgan Rivs will shoot second. Tanya's going to shoot third, and then Annabelle is going to figure out what she has to do to win her first tournament. At the ripe old age of 17.
There he is.
There he is.
The water is just behind our cameraman there. You can't see his feet because of the stanchions there blocking, but trust me, he's standing in water.
Just ankle deep.
And kudos to the cam crew for getting this ready for action. In case you didn't notice, we use all electronics and we're in standing water. You can do the math there as to how well those two go together. But we're here and we're live, and we're about to shoot the 6th arrow for the Women's Known Pro Championship in the Mathews Pro-Am.
This is so cool. I mean, seasoned vets, multiple-time champions, youngsters that have never won before, both have a chance to win this thing.
Yep.
Makes my heart beat a little bit. I like it.
Me
I'm
too.
nervous for them. I shouldn't be.
I always say these things. I get nervous, Darren, and I'm not doing anything.
I think it's way worse sitting here watching than it is being out there.
Here we go. Sarah Priels.
Is she?
From
She's
the UK.
She's 1 point out of third right now.
She's right. Oh, I heard so I'm guessing that's
it.
it.
She smoked
14 for Sarah Priels.
Moves her to a 276. So she's
276.
13 points ahead of Morgan. So guess what Morgan has to do?
Yep. With that, everyone has to hit something to beat her.
Yep.
Some have an easier path than others, but
that's right. That was huge.
Good for Sarah. All right. Morgan Reeves. Natchez, Mississippi.
She's tough.
She is very tough.
I don't think I'd want to fight her.
No, very few words.
Yep.
Pretty stoic. Super fun. That's just her personality.
Yeah. She's a good kid.
Absolutely.
Get it, Morgan. Low left.
That went off a little quick.
I think that probably is going to be wide of the 8 line. Well, it may have snagged that 8 line.
Let's see here from what our judges say. Downrange.
It's an 8
from
so
Scott
she's
Parrott.
going to finish in 4th.
Okay.
271. Because if
Sarah
Grayson
Priels.
hits it, Grayson takes a 5, she's at 273.
Yeah.
If Tanya shoots at 5, she's at 2. No, Grayson's not in. I'm at the
Sarah
wrong.
Priels just shot herself onto the podium.
Yeah, she did. So if Tanya shoots a 5, she's at 273, which she probably won't. Annabelle, then it's far from over. We're going to see what happens here. I'll quit babbling.
Right. Tanya called upper. That's her husband, Braden Galantine, on the umbrella. Here we go. Does she have another 14 in her?
Would not surprise me.
Oh,
she did shoot at the
didn't.
upper.
Yeah, that's a 10.
So she shot a 10.
I don't think she got that 12.
278.
I think that's a 10, Darren. I know there's a connector there, but I think she's
Just
wide.
wide. It's close, but I think it is just right.
Oh.
No, it's not
wait.
an 8.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. There we go, Scott Parrott. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
10. Okay.
So she's at 278. So Annabelle's at 270. Annabelle, she's going to need a 10 to win because of the bonus rings, I believe. Or are they tied on bonus rings?
Well, she just did not get a bonus ring.
Okay, so
yeah,
at 8 to win. 8 to win for Annabelle. Wow.
Annabelle Moore. Women's known pro, the youngest one on this field here today.
So cool.
Needing a 10 to win. That's the look of confidence right there. There it is.
She's so tough.
Yeah.
That's her dad holding the umbrella. I know he's super proud of her.
Way to go, Annabelle.
That's so awesome.
Yes. Good finish, Darren.
That's so good. 17 years old out there competing with those more studs.
Yeah, right.
So good.
All right, Darren. So, women's known pro. Tanya Galantine, it was leading shooter of the year coming in this weekend with her scores. She's probably going to maintain that, so she didn't win it, but she's still in a good spot for shooter of the year. But we want to talk to our winner, Annabelle Moore, as she puts on the headset. All right, there she goes, Annabelle Moore. Tell me about that first win in the women's known pro class. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling really overwhelmed.
I couldn't tell it all by your face.
Yeah, it does that.
So talk about that. I mean, you know the ladies that compete in this class. Here you come out, you're the champ. How does that feel? Talk about the work that went into that.
Well, it was a lot of work. We did a lot of work at our place, so I had to really work to make sure I had enough time to shoot, and I did. I guess I did enough.
Annabelle, I met you earlier this year, and I know you shot some fantastic indoor rounds. We talked about you on a previous broadcast. You're 17 years old. You've obviously got some serious game. Did you believe that you could compete out here? And if you didn't, you certainly believe that you can compete now?
Yes.
Guaranteed.
Absolutely.
We talked earlier to Keith Thalstrom about confidence. I mean, you shoot so good, and you're young. I think you have a very bright future. Congratulations on a fantastic weekend.
Thank you, Mr. Darren.
All right, Annabelle Moore is our women's known pro champ here at the Mathews Pro-Am from Fort Massac. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Known Pro is up next.
Yeah, I mean, overall, ranges look really, really good. I'm looking forward to the weekend and kind of see how it goes.
I always try to minimize my 8s and not mash on the gas, but it just felt so good that you gotta. You guys are shooting so good, I'm like.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Mathews Pro-Am, Fort Massac, Illinois. Known pro, Darren Christianberry, there's our leaderboard.
Yeah, Curtis Broadnax shot a really good round yesterday, had a 6-point lead over Kyle Douglas. Curtis 228, Kyle 222. Then we got Lawson Vyatt, Matthias Fullerton, and Jimmy Lutz all at 220. These are some big dogs right here. This will be a fantastic shoot-off.
8 points from top to bottom. Darren, we want to get right to the action, so let's bring out our archers. All right, known pro archers coming up next. Our 5th place qualifier with a score of 220 and 11 bonus rings. From Yankton, South Dakota, shooting for Mathews, James Lutz. And our number 4 qualifier, also with a score of 220 and 11 bonus rings. From Lyngby, Denmark, shooting for PSE, Matthias Fullerton. Our 3rd place qualifier with a score of 220 and 12 bonus rings. From Stillwater, Oklahoma, shooting for Elite, Lawson Vyatt. And our 2nd place qualifier with a score of 222 and 12 bonus rings. From Liberty, Utah, shooting for Mathews, Kyle Douglas. And our number 1 qualifier with a score of 228 and 15 bonus rings. From Social Circle, Georgia, shooting for Elite, Curtis Broadnax. All right, Darren, there you go. Let's go big time. That is for Curtis Broadnax.
Yeah, he was coined that nickname years ago. Big time elite shooter, Curtis Broadnax.
Big time, yes.
He's been shooting so good.
He has.
He's been shooting the World Cup stuff, the FIDA stuff. He
totally caught fire.
Yeah, won a gold medal with Alexis Ruiz in Turkey at the World Cup, and he's qualified for the world team. He's going to go to the 4th World Cup in Spain, I believe, and yeah, awesome stuff.
This is his year.
Good look at Kyle Douglas right there. Everything target archery, he's won pretty much.
Yeah, he is our. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the broadcast here, Mathews Pro-Am. This is our known pro division competing now at Fort Massac.
Good look at Lawson Vyatt right there.
Illinois.
I believe this is Kyle right here we're looking at behind that umbrella. He's in 2nd place currently. The 14 rings will not be safe today. He went after it.
There's Curtis Broadnax at the HHA Coyote, and he got it.
Called upper and hit it. Fantastic start.
And we know that target is 47 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they moved the Impala back.
Oh, they did, didn't
they?
Oh, yeah, 60-yard max.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
right.
Yeah, so if you're
12 for
with
Curtis.
us for our last division, we had a 50-yard max. Now Known Pro has a 60-yard max.
They moved that bedded buck,
the guys
too.
do. So they moved 2 targets. We don't know those distances. So Kyle comes out with it. No, he did not like that. Kyle is our back-to-back reigning champion in Shooter of the Year.
Lawson was in the hunt until the final arrow at the last tournament in Minden, and he 12'd that bomb of a target.
Yep.
Good shot.
Yeah, so that is the Stan Impala, and they backed it up. It was at 43 yards, and they backed it up.
Matthias Fullerton here. He
Yeah.
shot at a 14. That looks good. Oh, just under. Oh, I see it now. Yeah.
So Matthias Fullerton from Denmark
228.
hasn't shot a ton of these either. You know, one of our international shooters. He's won Vegas.
He's a great shot.
Shot a perfect 660 at the Lancaster Archery Classic.
10 for Jimmy Lutz. 230. Right now, Curtis extended his lead to 8 points. He had a 6-point lead over Kyle, but Kyle shot at 8.
Yeah.
Lawson shot a 12, but he was 2 points behind, so Curtis is enjoying an 8-point lead right now.
You know, it's amazing, too, to see Curtis out here having success, because I remember watching him in indoor nationals, I want to say 3-4 years ago, where just had target panic as bad as you can have it.
Yeah.
And just was a complete wreck.
And can brush it off and come out, and I remember that time. In the next tournament, he came out shooting a 3D. He was like leading. I was like, how?
Yeah,
and he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, how? How do you flip? So kudos to Curtis for doing that. You know.
Yep.
There's a good look at Jimmy Lutz.
Jimmy Lutz.
He's had a fantastic year this year. Good shooter.
He's won several of these, and he just got a 14.
He certainly did.
Big time. That's going to be close on that ram.
He called upper.
That's a 37-yard.
There's Matthias Fullerton. Watch how steady that stabilizer sits. It doesn't hardly move. He aims a bow so good.
Center 10 for Matthias.
Jimmy Lutz on the coyote.
All right, here we go. Jimmy Lutz.
14
for Jimmy Lutz.
244.
Yeah. I believe he was our winner here last year, if I remember correctly. So this place agrees with him.
Curtis, that looks good. Did he catch another one? He did.
Big time.
252. He's not going to relinquish that lead, is he? He worked hard pre-tournament on his bow. He was moving his peep and changing stuff and
yes,
working.
He was.
He was here late, and I was like, "What are you doing, bud?" He's like, "Well," he's like, "I'm making the necessary changes." Obviously, he did. Upper 12 for Kyle, and he got it. Look at that. That thing's a bomb.
Yeah, I saw Curtis at the Lancaster Archery bow press, moving the peep slide and stuff, and
what he did worked. He
got it right.
He put up a great round yesterday, and I'm sure he was shooting good again this morning. Lawson Vyatt looks like he got a 14. He did.
Got it. Lawson Vyatt's been in the mix here.
Yes.
And a couple tournaments this year, especially the last one in Minden.
Yeah, he's cut Curtis's lead to 6 now.
Here comes Matthias. Matthias staying there on his stake till we get the score.
10.
Okay.
238. We'll rotate, getting ready to start shooting arrow number 3 already. This one's almost half over.
There you see Matthias. He wants to protect those nice sneakers in the mud. I don't blame him.
We sat in a truck while it rained during the delay, and people were pulling out through a grass field, and it went from solid ground to a muddy mess in a hurry.
Yeah. It dumped on us. And Darren, I was with you, same place you were. When it started dumping, we were as far away from the tents as you could be.
Yep. Good look at Matthias. There's Lawson Vyatt. Like we said, Lawson was in the last tournament all the way to the last arrow.
Last arrow. Brady Hempem.
Yeah.
Got him.
He gave it a couple safety clicks right there. It looks like he went up. He's shooting a long bedded buck.
Stillwater, Oklahoma. Yeah, it was at 40 yards, and they backed it up. So I don't know how far it is now.
He aims that bow so good.
Little English there. Oh, Why do I not see an arrow in there?
I don't know.
Darren.
He shot at the upper. I'm not sure. There's Matthias at full draw. He's a good aimer. Strong shot.
We got, well, we may have a miss out here. But not on this one.
Matthias got a 10.
Matthias going to take a 10.
248.
You know, we moved to the 60-yard max for this class this year, Darren, because the scores were just getting ridiculously high. These guys are so good.
Not a lot changed.
And it's a lot of the same names.
Look at that one right there.
And
Piped.
we're still smashing rings.
Jimmy Lutz.
Inside out.
14, 2, 5, 8.
I stood with a group of 4 guys who are not in the finals here on a 61-yard coyote.
Uh-oh.
2 of them were in the upper 12 and 2 just under it for 10s.
Oh, wow.
And they're not out here shooting. That's how good that class is.
This is Curtis with an 8. He shot low on that Impala, so that's not going to help him. He's letting those guys back in here. 260. Jimmy's 2 points behind him now.
That Stan Impala is the farthest target.
It's so hard to hang on to a lead when you got these guys chasing you out there.
Yeah, Jimmy Lutz, Kyle Douglas, you know they're going to be coming for him.
Yeah, no doubt.
Kyle's
8 points. 250.
Kyle doesn't like it.
No, he's trying to win this thing by hitting those 14s. There's Lawson did not like
Okay, so
what
this
happened.
is Lawson Vyatt. Yeah, he came up short.
I wonder what he must have misset his sight or something.
He is low. We'll look for that error later.
A 0. So
Not
he
sure
stays
where
at
that one went.
246.
Yep. Hey, that happens, Darren. I've certainly
yeah.
seen that several times over the years in these finals. He's certainly not the first one to do that.
If that's never happened, you just haven't shot enough tournaments.
Yeah. In fact, he doesn't like it that I have it, but I have a half of a Jeff Hopkins arrow that he missed in Foley, and the arrow broke, and I kept half of it. And he wants it back. I won't give it to him.
Yeah. So let's see. Jimmy's going to the long Impala. Curtis is going to the shortest target on the field. And Jimmy has shrunk that lead to 2 right now. I wonder if Curtis will try to 14 it to extend the lead or if he's going to still protect. That's the hard part. You know, Curtis has a decision to make. Hey, I've got the lead. Yep. I'm shooting the shortest target. Do I go for the 14 or do I shoot a 12?
Boy.
It's a hard decision to make.
I'm going to bet Curtis goes for it. And his dad is saying, don't you
I think he almost has
play
to.
this safe. This is it.
I think he almost. So Jimmy's probably a 12.
This could decide the tournament right here, Darren.
Oh,
did he get it?
He didn't like. I didn't like his reaction on it. I'm not sure what he got.
Right there at it. He's so close. Matthias missed. Left.
This is our 4th arrow.
Yeah, I don't think Curtis got it because Robert Householder's not patting him on the back.
Let's see what happens.
But here we go.
Lawson,
a
10.
10 for Lawson.
256. And then we got
Next
Matthias.
Matthias, yeah, he went 14, just shot left.
8, 256. So right now it's coming down to Jimmy and Curtis.
Here's Jimmy. Man, the Impala is the longest. It looks a little bit low, doesn't it?
Stephen Hansen's response.
Oh, there we
it.
go.
Yeah, that's a 12.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big arrow.
It's a big arrow for Jimmy Lutz.
270. And now Curtis.
I bet Danelle's at home, high-fiving the TV, saying, way to go, husband.
I think he is underneath that thing.
Yeah.
So that's a 4-point swing right there for an 8, 268. The interesting thing now is Curtis is going to a bomb. Jimmy's going to the shortest target on the field.
And Kyle and Isaac high-fived here, so I'm guessing he got this one.
I think he 14'd that long-bedded buck.
Yes, he did.
He piped it. 264.
Kyle's just back from New Zealand where he was chasing red stag and tar or chamois up in the mountains. And
another pro archer that has an archery shop.
oh, yeah.
You
Douglas
know?
Archery. Yep.
This is interesting to me. Jimmy on the shortest target just took the lead from Curtis.
Yep.
Got a 2-point lead. Curtis on the longest, one of the second longest target, now has a decision to make. Do I shoot at the 12? It's my last chance to shoot at a 14, or do I go at the 14? Big arrow. It's so hard to hang on to that lead. He shot good. He's shooting good.
Stefan Hansen's talking in Jimmy's ear. Big deep breath for Jimmy. Kyle kind of needs a 14 here, but
Curtis is waiting to see what Jimmy does.
Yep. Oh, he got it, I think.
I'm not sure. It looks low right to me, naked eye.
You think?
Naked eye it does, but I'm not sure.
He didn't. Oh, no, he's shaking his head. You're right. He missed.
So now Curtis will shoot at a 12.
10, all right.
He called upper. He got
No
a
harm,
10.
no foul.
So they'll be tied.
Okay.
If Jimmy shot an 8, they'll be tied, I believe.
He's shaking his head, so I'm guessing he didn't get it.
There's a good look at Kyle Douglas.
Kyle didn't like that shot either.
Kyle got a 10.
Got a 10.
A lot going on, isn't there?
There is a ton going on.
274 for Kyle. Lawson Vite shot at the 14 on this gray ram.
And
straight left.
Straight left. We talked about that earlier, Darren. You know, these dark targets are tougher to see those rings on.
And intention, pressure. You know, Lawson, he missed a target. The pressure's off. He's out there shooting to have some fun. But when you get a little nervous, you push a little harder on that bow, creates a little torque in that riser, gives you some left and rights if you're not careful. 10 for Matthias. 266.
We come around to Jimmy. Man, just
looking at it from where I'm sitting, it looks low right.
Just out.
I don't have binos, but I'm gonna say about. Oh, it's straight right.
Yeah. But it is right.
Just a fuzz low right for an 8.
That close, Darren.
So 278.
We come around to Curtis.
And Curtis got a 10. 278.
278.
Oh, my land. So bonus string is going to decide who gets to go last, which is going to be Curtis.
Yep. Curtis is going to have the last shot.
That's crazy. There's no lead safe. You know, he had, 6 points coming in?
Yep.
Yeah, 6 points coming in, and Jimmy took the lead, and now he's tied again. It's tough. This is a tough class.
Yeah, Jimmy Lutz coming in from 5th place, and now he's in a tie for 1st. So I'm sure he wanted that 14, but he's made the moves he's needed to make to get there.
Yeah.
All right, so
that field's set now.
We're saying.
So Matthias is out too. He's in 4th. Lawson finishes in 5th.
Correct.
Kyle's 4 points behind Jimmy and Curtis. So Kyle's going to shoot first, and the bonus rings break the tie between Curtis and Jimmy. Jimmy will shoot second, and then Curtis will know exactly what he has to do to try to win this thing.
Our last chance archery, last chance arrow is the ram,
and
which is
originally,
I believe it's 37 yards.
No, well, yeah, because they haven't moved that one.
I don't think they moved it.
They didn't move that one, so it's still 37 yards.
All right.
Wow.
This is going to be pouncing.
Oh, Curtis is going to be like, what are you doing to me, Scott? Again, if I was in Curtis's shoes, I had the lead, I'd want some sort of bomb right here.
Yes.
You know.
Make it tough. So he has him catty corner. But 37 yards, I mean, I don't even think it's
not much changed.
Not much. And they moved up a step.
And they're clicking it. They know the distance anyway, so
So the Ram is one of those, Darren, where that 14 is, or at least it appears deceptively smaller compared to some of the others. Some it looks big.
I think with the archers that have previously shot at this, if we can get a camera look at it in a second, you'll be able to see, and these guys will be able to see through their scopes, the arrow holes around it. So they'll be able to aim off those arrow holes. There should be some, even though it's a darker target, there should be some sort of reference up there.
There's a cluster of them, I know, on the left side of it.
So when they settle in with their pin, they're like, I need to be straight right of that cluster. That's my height. And then, you know, execute the best shot they can. So Kyle's going to be first.
Here he goes. Thumbs up. I'm going to guess that he smashes this right here.
Straight left.
Oh, left again.
He went straight right on one.
Right
Straight
into
left
that.
in.
That's right where those holes
that's the
are.
cluster. So 8 for Kyle, 282.
There's something they can't see down there. An 8.
So he's going to finish in third.
He'll finish third on the podium. He'll get a check from Mathews. We should mention, Darren, we're shooting for thousands of dollars here.
Yeah.
This is not just for fun.
Yeah, this is with all the contingencies from arrow sponsors, release sponsors, site sponsors, bow manufacturers. It's $15,000, $18,000, maybe more. There's a good look at those arrow holes.
Yep. Oh,
Smoked
and there we
it.
go.
He
Right
absolutely
in that other one.
smoked it.
All right.
So 292. So now Curtis has to 14 this thing.
He has to hit it. He hits it, he wins.
He's certainly capable of doing this, but what a roller coaster ride. Come in here with the big lead.
Yeah.
You know, lose the lead, get back tied for the lead, and now, hey, Curtis, by the way, you got to shoot a 14 to win.
Got to shoot a 14.
What a roller coaster of emotions. He's got good markers. You can see them. The two side by side right of that cluster, they'll be able to see those arrow holes in his scope. Probably the ring as well.
Yeah, there's a nice glare on it right now.
Big arrow for Curtis right here.
An 8, he's got second. So got it.
Smoked it.
Got it. Oh,
what
yeah.
a good shot.
Oh.
What a clutch shot.
Curtis Broadnax. Like you said, Darren, the roller coaster.
It is. I mean, it's
just in the finals here.
Yeah, because you just come in here confident, like, man, I got a 6-point lead. I'm right where I want to be. He opens up with a 12. He's feeling great. And then all of a sudden, oops, he shoots an 8. And he's like, well, I'm going to shoot a 14. Oops, he shoots another 8. Holy smokes, I just lost the lead. I mean, it's, yeah, that good. Good for him.
It's good to be young and invincible, isn't it?
It's awesome. Awesome shot. Awesome shooting.
Yeah. That's the way we like to see it. Again, we've seen it. How many tournaments this year? You needed a 14 to win. Someone did.
Yeah, and then does it.
And this one is Curtis Big Time Broadnax. Tell me about that last arrow.
Well, I shot bad the whole time, and that one ended up working out. So let's go.
Curtis, we mentioned on the broadcast a minute ago, you moved your peep, you worked on your bow, you spent hours out there on the range making sure it was right. You posted a great score, had a big lead coming in. You lose the lead in the shoot-off, and then it comes down to, holy smokes, I have to 14 this thing to win. Talk about the emotions of all that, coming in the lead, losing it, and having to 14 it to win it.
Yeah, man. Coming in here with such a big lead, 6 points, it seems like a lot, and just having a few unfortunate shots to get away from you, and the guys behind you moving up, and I don't know what to say. I'm happy it worked out.
No, it's really good because we talked about it's hard to hang on to a lead because you don't want to give anything up, but these guys are mashing the gas behind you. You did really good, and that was a great, fantastic arrow there to finish up. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, Darren. Thank you, BJ.
Congratulations, Curtis Broadnax, our Mathews Pro-Am champ in the known pro division. All right, folks, we are going to take a short commercial break, and we're going to come back with our next division, which is going to be our Women's Pro, our first judging class of this evening. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, so welcome back, everybody. We want to, we're here at the Mathews Pro-Am, Fort Massac, Metropolis, Illinois. We've been at Lake Merrimack Conservation Area. So we wanted to give you folks a sense of what this Mathews Pro-Am tournament is all about. So Josh Grine, ASA president, he's going to run through it for us.
We are at stop 4 of the Delta McKenzie ASA Pro-Am in Metropolis, Illinois. It's the Mathews Pro-Am. This one has had a lot of build-up to it. The third stop of the Delta McKenzie ASA Pro-Am Tour was actually, we had to cancel because of the tornado that hit London, Kentucky. So it's been quite a while since we've had the ASA family together. And so this being stop 4, Shooter of the Year picks back up, the competition picks back up, everybody's excited to see their friends and family again. We are in Metropolis, home of Superman. We're at the square here, got the Superman statue behind us. A lot of really cool like comic book stores around here. It's a neat venue. So we like the town itself. Of course, Fat Ed's is just around the corner, known for their peel and eat shrimp, as well as their bar food, amazing. And so the town is very cool, and one of the things that we love here is the relationships that we've built with the Illinois Department of Conservation and Natural Resources, and that relationship has become crucial at this stop. The last 2.5 weeks, Scott and our team have been out here working side by side. Alvin is the new site director here. He got his guys together. They cut in a bunch of new ranges, new roads, so it's gonna be a different look this year. So there'll be a different flavor out there for the shooters. I will say it's much thicker in some of the areas they're going to, so it'll be great for the shooting. Just super excited to be here and back in the action. So all of those new ranges and roads, they were put in out at Lake Mermet, and that is a 2,700 acre state-run facility. It's got a beautiful lake there, lots of places for us for ranges, opportunities for the vendor area. That's where the team shoot takes place, the 2 qualifying rounds that everybody will shoot. And then the finals, which take place on Saturday evening, the Pro Pressure Point Shootdown, that's over at Fort Massac. Right along the river, beautiful backdrop of the fort for the broadcast. Super excited about being back at Fort Massac for the Pro Pressure Point Shootdown.
All right, Darren. So as we mentioned, this is the 4th stop on the 2025 ASA Delta McKenzie Tour, and Shooter of the Year is coming down. We had our 4 qualifiers, and then they have to count the classic. What does Shooter of the Year reward?
Yeah, Shooter of the Year it rewards the most consistent shooter. Obviously, with us losing London this year, we lost the tournament, so we're going to shoot 5. The Classic has to count, so one of the other 4 tournaments, you'll get to drop your lowest score. So the 4 highest scores that you shot this year, that will determine who Shooter of the Year is in each division. And it's a big... The Open Pro division over all the years has been, very few guys have won that, but you've got multiple repeat champions in it. There's big money for it. You win contingency for each event. You win contingency money for Shooter of the Year. We're talking thousands of dollars here.
Welcome back, everyone who's just joining from our broadcast back to the Mathews Pro-Am, Fort Massac State Park in Metropolis, Illinois, and we're talking Shooter of the Year in these pro class divisions. We're going to break down those divisions. Let's take a look. All right, Shooter of the Year 2025. The races in the 6 ASA Pro classes are winding down. Remember, Shooter of the Year is an award given to the most consistent archer across the full ASA season. This year, since we dropped one tournament in London, archers are going to be able to take their best 3 scores from those first 4 tournaments plus the Classic. You got to shoot the Classic to count for Shooter of the Year. Now remember, in these pro classes, we're only counting scores in qualification. Nothing in the finals counts. So technically, whether you won the tournament or not doesn't count. All we care about is how you did in qualification. And the fact that the Classic has to be factored in, that can add some pressure. We've seen it in recent years where pros going into the Classic with a decent lead, they've had a poor showing at the Classic, lost that Shooter of the Year crown. So that Classic is looming large, and next week the folks from the ASA will add in the scores from the Metropolis tournament, and we'll know where we stand ahead of the last tournament of the year. But we wanted to give you an update on where things stand right now. This year, the races for Shooter of the Year in the 6 pro classes are pretty tight. The biggest gap is in women's known pro, where Tanya Gelantine has won all 3 events held so far and posted the best qualifying scores at each tournament as well. That has allowed her to build a 20-point lead over the next closest competitor, Caitlin Boardwell. Morgan Reeves is 9 points behind Boardwell, and then 2-time defending Shooter of the Year Paige Pierce is just 1 point behind Reeves. In women's pro, Sharon Wallace, who won the last 2 tournaments so far this year, holds an 11-point lead over the next 2 closest competitors, Kaylee Pettifer and Cara Kelly, who are tied in Shooter of the Year points. After them, the competition drops off quite a bit. But Sharon Wallace held a comfortable lead last year heading into the Classic and then lost the title there, so that's got to be weighing on her mind. In senior known pro, Tim Gillingham started the year slow, but has caught fire since. Winner of the last 2 tournaments in this division, Gillingham holds a 7-point lead over Michael Braden. 5 points behind Braden is Jeff Borg, so look for this race to be decided at the Classic, with Gillingham seeking his 2nd Shooter of the Year title in a row. The race for Shooter of the Year in known pro is going to be a dogfight to the end. Kyle Douglas is the reigning back-to-back-to-back Shooter of the Year in this ultra-competitive class, and he holds just a 2-point lead over Dane Johnson. Each of these guys has won a tournament this year, so they're both shooting well this season. After Johnson, there's a bit of a drop-off, with former 2-time known pro Shooter of the Year Robert Householder sitting in 3rd, 10 points back.
Got it. Good shot.
The race for Senior Pro Shooter of the Year is equally close and features the same 2 guys who fought for the title last year. Except this time the roles are reversed. Tony Taza, the 2024 Shooter of the Year, holds a slim 2-point margin over 2023 Shooter of the Year, Jeff Hopkins. Don't count on either of these guys to take their foot off the gas until the Classic is over. 11 points behind Hopkins is veteran competitor, but senior division rookie Steven Altizer. Finally, the race that has caught many by surprise this year is the race for Open Pro Shooter of the Year. Levi Morgan, winner of the first ASA in Foley this year and 13-time Open Pro Shooter of the Year, currently sits in the lead, 2 points ahead of Michael Evans. Braden Jones is then 18 points behind Evans. Though he's been competing in this class for over a decade, this year has been Evans' breakout season. He won the last event in Camp Minden, Louisiana, and posted solid scores at each tournament so far. Evans had never made a shootdown before Foley this year, and now he's won his first tournament in this class, and he's sitting 2 points behind one of the greatest competitors this class has ever seen. Despite his record number of Shooter of the Year titles, it's been 5 years since Morgan won his last one. Last year he was close, but he came up short at the Classic. All right, that's where we stand on the Shooter of the Year races for 2025 in the pro classes. Now, we had a chance to sit down with known pro Brady Hempen after the Minden tournament. He won his first ever tournament in the pro class there. He talked about what that felt like. Known pro, first win ever. We were talking about that, you know, you're right there. And then boom, you won in Minden, Louisiana. How does that feel? How did that sink in? What was the couple days afterwards like for you?
At the time, I didn't know what happened. You know, I went out there, I shot the best arrows I could. A lot of them landed, and I knew if I hit a 14 on the last target, it was a good chance I won. And I squeaked out a win. It was just in shock, to be honest. But yeah, I've been there several times. I know what close feels like, and to be able to finally win, it was just a crazy feeling. And it took a couple days to sink in. You know, it was a lot of emotions. I mean, there was a lot of work that went into this. I've always shot every day trying to just have that one moment to finally happen, and it finally did. So pretty neat.
Well, Brady, so 7 years known pro class, as you mentioned, you've gotten close, gotten second. What's that like then? 7 years in, you finally got your win. I'm imagining that takes a lot of mental fortitude to keep going. Yes. You get close. Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of ups and downs.
Mm-hmm.
What's that like for you mentally, that 7 years to get here?
Me and my dad's argued a lot over those past 7 years. But yeah, I just don't have much quit in me. I just always want to. I know what I'm capable of doing. I've done some incredible things in practice that would, you know, compete at the highest level in the world. So I know what I'm capable of doing. And whenever I fall just short, it just pushes me to keep going. Like, you're close. Just trust the process. And I always tell myself, God has a plan. I believe in God. I know God has a plan for me. And if I just keep working hard, he'll reward me one day. And that's what happened, I guess. But the work's still going to be there. I'm still going to be working hard every single day to keep this up.
Was there ever a time in that 7 years where you're like, this isn't working out, I'm done with this?
Yeah, there's sometimes I'm like, you know what, I'm tired of this crap. I'm not doing it no more. And then like an hour later, I pick up my bow and I'm like, oh, I better get this thing right, because I got to go to a shoot next weekend.
So you and your dad had quite a few arguments there. Was your dad encouraging you to hang it up, and you were like, I'm going to stick this out, or were you like, I'm quitting, and your dad was trying to get you to
Who was on which side?
My dad definitely didn't want me to quit. He would never want me to quit, but it's mostly me, like, Dad, this thing sucks. I'm not shooting good, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, keep going. And so I don't want to keep going. You know, this thing sucks. I'm not what Kyle can do or Bodie can do. But he's like, son, you've done it for this long. You've proved it to yourself. Just go out there and keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. And it will happen one day. Just trust the process. And that's what I've done.
Awesome.
And got lucky, I guess.
Well, now I want to get your dad on a podcast so we can talk to him about the emotions he was feeling when you won.
It'll be a long one.
Yeah.
What was that like when you got to see your dad?
He wasn't there, correct?
No, he was. He was in the stands. But yeah, when I fired that last arrow and it hit, I could feel it in me. Like, my dad just got emotional because this is what we've worked so hard to get to. And yeah, I went around the corner and everybody's high-fiving and hugging, and, you know, did the little interview with you guys that were Nathan and PJ with the headset on. And whenever I got done with that, I went to the back and everybody was congratulating me and stuff. And as soon as I saw my dad, like, we both started just not crying, but like got emotional. He gave me a hug and I gave him a hug, and it was a very special moment for me. He was actually thinking of not even going to this tournament because it was so far, and he was like, you know what, I might just hang back on this one. And I told him, I said, I've been shooting super good at the house. I said, this would be the one I probably win if you don't go. And he was like, well, if you think you're going to do good, well, I guess I'll make it down. So
We had a really big break due to the tornado in London, Kentucky. So it's been like 6 weeks. So it almost feels like we're starting over again.
All right, welcome back everyone to Fort Massac State Park here and the Mathews Pro-Am in Metropolis, Illinois. Darren Christianberry. Now we're getting down to our judging classes. Women's Pro is what's up first.
Yes.
But let's talk about, how we got here for folks who are just tuning in. That explainer of that we only shot one round.
Yeah, it's we normally shoot 20 targets each day for a 40-target qualifier. Unfortunately, we had some weather move in today, so we had to use yesterday's score, which was just 20 targets. But I'm telling you, the ladies, the women's pro, absolutely blistered that range yesterday. I
Yes,
think
they
Erin
did.
McGladdery, she's 16 up, Emily Carr 14, Lawrence 10, Loris 1. It was some crazy round shot. I know we're going to have a great shoot-off for you. Right here's the leaderboard. Erin McGladdery at a 216, Emily McCarthy at a 214, Cara Kelly 214, Lauren Carver 210, and Laura Huff rounding out the top 5 at a 201. So this should be a pretty good show.
All right, Darren, well, let's get right to the action. Women's Pro. We're going to start off with our number 5 qualifier with a score of 201 and 6 bonus rings. From Clarksville, Tennessee, shooting for Mathews, Laura Huff. And our number 4 qualifier with a score of 210 and 6 bonus rings. From Candler, North Carolina, shooting for Elite, Lauren Carver. Our number 3 qualifier with a score of 214 and 7 bonus rings. From Lapeer, Michigan, shooting for Mathews, Cara Kelly. And our number 2 qualifier with a score of 214 and 8 bonus rings. From Wazeeka, Wisconsin, shooting for Mathews, Emily McCarthy. Our number 1 qualifier with a score of 216 and 10 bonus rings. From Marsden, Saskatchewan, shooting for Elite, Erin McGladdery. All right, Darren. So for the folks who just came in with our Sportsman's broadcast, this is their first introduction to a judging class, unknown distance. Explain what that means.
Yeah, they had a judging period previous to what you're seeing right now where they got to stand in each shooting box and look at these targets and guess how far they think it is. They don't have a rangefinder, so they don't know. They're using whatever method they use to judge the distance. They'll set their sight, aim appropriately, and try to get maximum points on every target. We're going to shoot 5 arrows. Anybody within 10 points of the leader after those 5 will shoot a 6th and final arrow to crown a winner.
And we should mention, they could have been sitting here during that intermission time there. We moved targets. So we were talking target distances in the previous class. They're different now.
Yeah, this is a fresh field. Nobody knows these distances. We don't know them, and we're going to see what happens. There's a good look at Laura Huff. She's coming in 5th place. And I believe she's shooting a bedded buck that we can't see.
Bow Doodle bedded buck we've got here.
Good looking shot. I know Erin shoots a lot of uppers.
Looks like she's just left on that.
Emily shooting upper. 4 of the 5 are shooting upper 12s or at upper 12s.
Here we go. 10 ring 4 on the HHA Coyote for our leader, Erin McGladdery.
Moves her to 226.
And yes, Darren, I will mention that the women and the senior pro shot the same course. Yes, yesterday the women had the higher scores.
They blistered it. Erin hit.
Especially Erin.
She hit half the bonus ring. She hit 10 out of 20. That's so good. So that was a 10 for Emily right there. 224.
Yeah, 10 bonus rings for Erin McGladdery. So that means she shot 10 12s and she obviously had 2 8s. That's still a pretty clean round.
Yeah. Cara hit just. I
Cara
wonder,
just left.
Might be a little breeze right there on that target. 222 now for Cara.
Cara's our reigning champion from this tournament last year. And here's Lauren Carver.
Rookie Lauren Carver.
Rookie in her second shoot down here. She made it in Benning.
Moved to a 220. And Laura, 10 on that bedded buck.
10 for Laura Huff.
211.
Okay. So, no change there at the top. Matching 10s for Emily and Aaron.
I know Aaron, talking to her earlier, she changed bows between tournaments. She went from the regular Exalt to the Exalt LD, a bigger cam.
Yeah.
And she said, this bow is aiming so good for me. Obviously, she hit half the rings yesterday, so she's pretty confident in her equipment, and she can judge like fire, so a pretty good combination. There's a good look at Aaron right there. She's such a good shooter, good judger. There's Laura Huff having a good time out there.
Emily was ready to go there.
That Impala is the longest. I believe that's Emily. Yeah, that's the longest target on the field right there. Good shot.
Good shot. Oh, man, she's going to be close to that connector. Laura Huff's going to take a 10 on the HHA Coyote. Good shot.
So she got a 10. It's going to put her at 221.
Next, we're coming to the Gas Bowstrings Ram.
This is Miss Aaron. That looks good.
I saw a fist bump.
I was going to say, she shoots lots of uppers, and it looks like it's in the vicinity.
Yeah.
That's 12 points.
They are fist bumping there. Scott Parrott, 12 for Aaron McLattery.
238.
Picking up where she left off. And now we have Emily on the longest target there, that Impala. And she's close. It's a 10 for sure. Did she get... Oh, Darren, that is...
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, that is so close.
There's a little ridge where that line's embedded in there. If it's touching, she'll get it. If it's just off that ridge...
There it is.
She got it.
Yeah.
236.
Scott Parrott will tell you if it's 99% out, it's 100% in.
Yep. And this was Cara with another 8. Interesting. She's shooting left on both those.
She's not thrilled with that.
No, she's got that dead serious look on her face.
Yes.
There's a good look at Lauren Carver, rookie Carver. She's tough.
Yep. I didn't know this, but her mom used to play this game in the pro class.
She did.
I'm sure she's watching at home.
She's
not here in the stands.
She is in the stands.
She's in the stands.
Yeah.
All right. Michelle, I believe.
Yeah, Michelle and Scott, they're both here.
I know they were not at her last one when she made it. They probably said, well, I'm not missing another.
She holds that release in her mouth while she's loading everything. There's a good look at Cara. You can see her eyes going to the ground. She's double checking her number. She's looking at the yardage, trying to make sure she's got the right number on her sight. I think she's hit more left than anything on those first 2 arrows.
Yep, she's got the yardage. Just something happening with left.
I would say, I don't know, but I would say this Impala's in the high 40s. It's the longest target on the field.
Yeah, the light out here, Darren. Folks who are bow hunters know if they shoot, when that light fades, it can cause some of those left and rights. You just see things differently.
Yeah.
Dan McCarthy always told me he likes, for bow hunting, he likes to practice in that horrible light when none of us like to shoot because we can't see, but he's like, different things happen.
Yeah, and it's nothing like being prepared for everything, you know. And every point matters. We mentioned that in an earlier part of the broadcast, that every point matters, and it does.
There he goes.
That's Emily hiding behind that umbrella right there.
I don't know what the umbrella's doing. There's no wind.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good looking shot right there. Good looking
Aaron,
shot from
long
Aaron.
hold there.
Maybe just under the upper.
Yeah. All right, first up, Lauren Carver with a 10.
240.
I gotta think she's running away with Rookie of the Year in this class.
Yeah, I don't know the. Oh, look at that.
Laura
Laura
Huff.
Huff says, "Watch this, ladies."
All right. I'm gonna turn things around.
235 for her.
Yeah. Laura Huff's been in a ton of these. She's no stranger to the shootdowns.
No.
This doesn't rattle her. She's been in a bunch. And now this was Aaron on the longest target. Safe 10.
Yep. 10 points. Nothing hurt there. 248 for her now.
And now Emily looks very serious.
I think she 12'd this thing. I've said naked eye 100 times today, but
it looks right.
Naked eye, it looks good.
She's not smiling.
It's a
now
12.
she is. Oh, she still is. There we go. Come on, Emily.
248.
Give us a smile.
She's tied for the lead. Back-to-back bonus rings there for Emily.
Yeah. Here comes Cara. Looks like a center 10.
Center 10, yeah.
That ring in the middle that matches the two 12s, if you're not familiar, that's not a bonus ring. That's just worth 10 points, so. All right, so there we go, Darren. Leaderboard is updated. We have a tie.
Aaron's leading by a bonus ring, but they're tied on score. Cara and Lauren are tied for second or third. They're tied for third, yeah. And then Laura snuck up there within 5 points of the third place now with a 235.
We got 2 targets to go here in regulation.
Uppers for 3
this
of
is
them.
A game, and man, Emily looks about as serious as I've ever seen her look.
Cara's checking her numbers again.
Yeah. We can't see Emily's target. We'll judge by her reaction. Oh, Aaron's right.
That looks too far right.
Yes, it does. Emily let down. I don't know if she saw Aaron's or if shot just didn't feel right. I'm going to guess she didn't. She wasn't watching Aaron.
Yeah.
I bet she just didn't like her shot.
Something didn't feel quite right, so she started over. Good strong shot.
Oh, she did not call upper, so
No.
10. All right.
So Cara's just now coming
Here's
back.
Cara.
Got 11 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. She got it off in
They
plenty
were
of time.
yelling. Okay. It was here once where Cara timed out. There was a real bad wind. It was maybe 3 years ago.
She took a 10.
And so she did take a 0. I don't know if she was thinking about that. I was thinking about that. But we don't have that wind that we did that day.
Here goes Carver. I think another 10.
All right.
What are they looking at there? I can't. There's. Oh, did she call upper? She did. She may have it.
Scott Barrett taking a look. We are. Oh, man, Darren, that's close.
10 points.
10. It looked like there was a lot of arrow in that center circle, which means there's not much. Oh, that's what happened with Cara.
Yep.
Let down and dropped her arrow.
As long as she can reach it from the stake, she can shoot it.
Yep. And didn't phase her.
5 for Laura. 240. Aaron, I think, got an 8 at an unfortunate time.
I think that's right.
She caught the 10 line.
Oh, she did?
She did.
Wow.
Okay, nothing hurt there for Aaron.
Thank you.
Yeah, from my seat, I thought, whoop, that's probably an 8 to the right.
That looked wide right.
Emily's got a game face on, doesn't she?
Yes, she does. And she's taking a 10.
Yeah, they're looking at it, but she didn't call upper.
No, no.
10 points.
All right.
258. So we're down to the 5th and final arrow.
Yes.
We still have a tie for first. We still have a tie for third. And Laura, I believe, took a 5 there. So she's 10 points behind the tie for third right now with 1 arrow in regulation to go, I believe.
1 to go.
We'll get an update. There it is. 258, 258, 250, 250, 240. So let's see. Emily went to the Coyote, which is not horrible, a pretty small target, and Aaron is on a mediocre bedded buck.
The bedded buck, yeah. So Emily was saying this year they've just had horrible weather back home. It was raining. If it wasn't raining, it was super windy. They just haven't, her and Dan just haven't been able to get the practice that they wanted. But she felt like here lately, very recently, they hit their stride. We're going to see Dan in the next shoot down. They're doing okay now.
Just right, I think, on that for Aaron. Nope. Emily's going to reset.
Yep.
There's a good look at Cara. Super steady. She's such a good shooter. Low left for an 8, I believe. Here goes Emily on this Coyote. She has not called upper, so she'll be shooting at the lower and got it.
Oh, got it. Smashed it. Fist bump there to Richard Owens.
Wow, good shot, Emily.
HHA Coyote, Emily McCarthy.
So it's 270.
All right. We can't see Aaron's target, so we don't know what happened there.
I think she's just right of the upper.
Car,
8.
Yep, just missed
258.
Left.
So she's going to be 12 points behind Emily. That's going to put her out of the final arrow. I don't know where it'll put her standing, but.
It's Lauren Carver at the long Impala. It should be a 10,
I
Aaron?
think so. About 8 o'clock on the 10 line. Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly is. Okay. 10 points. So she's going to go to 260. So she is within 10 points of Emily.
Now, Laura Huff.
She called upper.
She did call upper.
Should be a 10. Yeah. She hit the lower, maybe.
Hit the lower.
250. So she's going to finish in 5th.
All right, here we go. Aaron McClattery. What do we got?
I think it's just right.
We got a tie or a 2-point lead for Emily. She's looking.
Just right.
Wow. Ugh. Just right, Darren.
Yep. 268.
Okay.
So.
Here we go.
Carr's going to finish in 4th. Lauren Carver's going to be in the top 3 and shoot first. Then Aaron's going to shoot 2nd. Emily's going to have a 2-point lead. See what, there we go, updated.
Congratulations to Laura Huff, finishing 5th. Congratulations to Cara Kelly in 4th. And yeah, there, as you mentioned it. And we're tied on bonus rings between Emily and Aaron. All kinds of stuff going to be happening on these last arrows, Darren.
Let's see what Scott does to the ladies.
Yeah, let's talk about what happens now.
Yeah, they're going to set a 6th target or figure out which one they're going to shoot. They're going to give them a random spot on the field to judge it for a minute. And then Lauren's going to shoot first. Aaron's going to shoot 2nd. Emily's going to shoot 3rd. And that should decide a winner unless we end up tied on score and bonus rings.
Looks like our last chance archery, last chance arrow is the Bless Buck.
A black one. Not black, it's a dark brown. It's hard to aim
at. Dark brown. And we have not seen where Scott is setting their shooting line yet. I'm going to guess he's moving them up and probably... Oh, well, here he goes. He's coming up a little bit and going
quite
to
a bit.
The right of where they...
Yeah, they're about 5
Almost
yards
in
or so
line,
closer where they were. So they're going to have a good idea of what they shot this
Yeah,
for. Or what.
he didn't angle them too crazy off what they were shooting at anyway. So they're going to take a minute, judge this distance.
Another big arrow.
To the action.
Another big arrow for these ladies. Thousands of dollars on the line.
Yeah. Yeah, the winner here potentially could be in the vicinity of $12,000–$15,000 for the weekend by the time everything's added up.
Erin's studying hard right there, trying to get this right. Where to aim, how far it is, what she's going to have to do. She's going to have to hit a ring to put pressure on Emily.
I always say Emily just becomes a different animal in these finals. I don't know what it is, but she's one of those who finds that extra gear in the finals. Yeah, there you see it, folks. Take a look at that storm. That's what we're trying to beat. We have one division left after this, so I'm thinking we might make it. We sure hope we do. But yeah, back to, some folks crumble when they get in the finals, and some people really rise. And for me, Emily is one of those who rises to the occasion.
This is why you practice right here. Carver's on the podium. She's got nothing to lose, so it's 14 or nothing right here, I'd say. She's ready to rock.
She was a little bit offended last time. Mike Tyrell said that Lauren was nervous at this moment, and Lauren was like, I wasn't nervous. She didn't like that, so.
She's a solid shooter. Super, super solid. Nice and steady. Looking good.
Look at that. Man. Oh, she went for the 14.
Is it just right up?
I think it is.
Or did she get it?
No fist bump, so I'm guessing she's
not sure. I can't
off.
tell. Oh, yeah, just low right. There you can see it.
Had the yardage, Darren.
Just what does Erin do?
Tough to see.
She needs at least a 12. She's called upper. I think she's going to shoot the upper here. If she 12s it, Emily has to shoot a 10 to tie her.
Yeah, if she 12s, Emily needs a 12 to win.
Yeah, because they'll be tied. Erin would win on bonus rings. That's right. So a 12 here.
So does she go for the knockout? Potential knockout.
Depends on what she can see. I know she's super comfortable shooting at uppers.
Yeah.
I don't know if she can see Lauren's arrow hole. She might be able to aim off that arrow hole, but that's a tough target to see that 14 on because it's not embossed very deep into the target either, so it probably doesn't stand out much. I'm thinking she shoots at the upper 12 here.
And she's looking.
She's trying to find, hey, what can I see? What am I comfortable with? Because if she shoots a 5, she's second place wrapped up. Hits this target, she's got second wrapped up, but she's obviously trying to win this thing.
What are we doing? Let's see it.
I'm going to say she's shooting at the upper. Oh, she went for the 14. She went for the knockout.
Missed it. Wow.
So Emily needs to hit the target to win.
Hit the target. To take her first win of the ASA season 2025. Emily McCarthy.
Props to Erin for trying to put the pressure on right there.
Trying to do it. Emily's got a big family that all watches these. They are going nuts back home right now. Wisconsin, Montana. They're all over the place.
She just needs to hit this thing somewhere.
Hit the target.
Hit the target somewhere in the foam.
Richard Owens is saying, you got it. Center mass. Got it.
Good shot, kid. Good shot, kid.
Yeah. 10 ring for Emily McCarthy. She is our Mathews Pro-Am champ. Takes her first win of the season. There it is. Now it's official.
It's official. 10 points.
Congrats to Emily. Yes, and now we've got Dan McCarthy coming up in
Yep.
the next division.
They could take home some serious money,
Oh,
huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
If you're riding in their car, you know who's buying ice cream. For sure. So we'll get Emily over here to put the headset on. There's the husband, Dan. He's trying to stay focused, but of course he's happy for the misses there. And there she is, headset on. Emily McCarthy, Mathews Pro-Am champ, your first win of the season. How does that feel?
Amazing. Felt like it would never happen again, to be honest.
So Emily, I always say in the finals, you just find this other gear. Tell me about that.
I don't know. I have really bad ADHD, so I have a hard time focusing, and I've learned over the years that I have to figure out how to focus for 5 targets. So I've really worked really hard on that, and my equipment's shooting incredible. And I switched to the 36 a couple right before the IBO, and I love this bow.
Emily, we've talked a lot about confidence tonight, and when you go out there in your judging period, you have to get calibrated off the first arrow for score. You know, you're judging, hoping you get your numbers right. Obviously, your numbers were really good. You hit some bonus rings there. But, you know, how are you getting that confidence? You shot well at an IBO a couple weekends ago. You got your first win here. Obviously, things are clicking. What are you doing to work on that and stay confident out there?
Honestly, I don't know. I judge every day. I train really hard. Lately, I've taken a trip to go see some family, so I got some family time in. My sister was home helping me move targets and shooting with me too, so I just enjoying all that. And out here, honestly, I started on the shortest target, which I was kind of bummed about, and I hit just under the upper. And so I wasn't sure how my numbers were, other than I thought I needed to add a little more.
Well, congratulations, kid. You shot well. Congratulations on a big win.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Emily McCarthy. She's our 2025 Mathews Pro-Am champ. Folks, don't go anywhere. We hope to get back here quickly and beat the storm at the Mathews Pro-Am, Fort Massac State Park, Metropolis, Illinois. Doesn't look too bad.
Kind of my style of a range in here. I've shot some really good scores in these woods, so hopefully we can do it again today. I've got great memories here in Metropolis. I'd like to make another one this weekend, but we're gonna have to do better than we did on the first target.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to Fort Massac here, the Mathews Pro-Am Open Pro. Darren Christianberry, run down that scoreboard for us.
Yeah, we're going to have a good one here. Dan McCarthy, top of the heap, 218. Cody Barnett right there with him, 218. Chance Bobeff as well, 218. And Jace Bowles, Justin Hanna rounding out the top 5 with 214s. This is going to be a good one.
All right, let's get right to the action and bring out our last division of the evening, our Open Pro finalists. Our number 5 qualifier with a score of 214 and 9 bonus rings. From Asheville, North Carolina, shooting for elite, Justin Hanna. And our number 4 qualifier with a score of 214 and 9 bonus rings. From Albany, Kentucky, shooting for elite, Jace Bowles. Our number 3 qualifier with a score of 218 and 9 bonus rings. From Mount Juliet, Tennessee, shooting for Darton, Chance Bobeff. And our number 2 qualifier with a score of 218 and 9 bonus rings. From Salem, Arkansas, shooting for Hoyt, Cody Barnett. And our number 1 qualifier with a score of 218 and 10 bonus rings. From Wazeeka, Wisconsin, shooting for Mathews, Dan McCarthy. All right, Darren, looks like the rain is going to miss us. Even though we just, yeah, look at that. The vultures circling over here. We're not dead yet, but the wind just dumped some rain, some water off the tent that almost took us out.
I promise you right now, the wind is a factor out there right now.
Yes.
Look at these trees rocking.
Just picked up.
It's been dead calm. Wind has not really been a factor, but right now, I promise you it is.
Here we go.
They're grabbing umbrellas and bracing umbrellas, and
it's coming straight in.
Yeah.
I don't think this wind, you know, Darren, we've
look
got
at
the
Chance's
umbrellas.
jersey blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not fun right here.
No.
You're trying to hit a 50-cent piece, trying to hold your pin dead on it, and you can't.
Darren, we've been dead calm all night, and just now. And you see the umbrellas, but it's kind of coming right in their face. That's not helping much.
On.
There's Dan. Was he called the upper?
He did not call an upper. He doesn't have the flag up.
Okay, it looks like it's calming down a little bit.
Let's see how
that was rough for a first target, though.
10 points for Mr. McCarthy. 228.
Wow.
Cody Barnett making another appearance in a shoot-off. He's figuring this game out.
Yes, welcome back, everyone. We have started our Open Pro division. They have just shot their first arrows, so you haven't missed any action yet. This is the Open Pro division. We've got Dan McCarthy, Cody Barnett. We're coming around to Chance Bobeff, Jace Bowles, and Justin Hanna. So this is... Chance had to start on the Stan Impala, the longest target out there, right as that vicious wind just kicked up. It's been dead calm. Chance comes out on the longest target, and it starts blowing a gale.
Like crazy. He stayed in there, though. He hit a little bit left, but it's okay. He got a 10. 10s will be important right now.
Jace got the 10. And, Darren, here's the one I want to talk about. Justin Hanna.
Yeah.
Well-known known pro. He's won multiple championships in the known pro division. Here he is judging distance.
He used to shoot unknown distance.
That's what he said.
He's such a good shooter. He went to known, and then he hasn't shot a couple of tournaments this year. He's got a young baby at home, and he's a busy contractor, flipping some houses, building spec houses, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to come back and judge, and guess what? Here he is.
Yeah. Making it into the finals. What a way to come back. He said, all right, I think I can do this. He said he judged a couple. London was always his home for known pro. I don't know how many titles he won there in known pro.
He shot some big scores there,
He
too.
would always win that one, it seemed like. Here he is.
He's such a pure, good shooter.
Yeah.
He can hold a bow steady. Look at that. Not moving very much.
No.
And he's going to take an 8.
Straight left, yeah. Yeah, so we got these umbrellas, but I don't. The wind has, as fast as it picked up, it's calming. It's not calm, but it's not as brutal as it was 5 minutes ago.
8 for Justin.
8 for Justin Hanna.
232. He says, forgive me for that.
All right. Next, Dan McCarthy.
Ooh, that looks good.
Yes, it does. And there we go.
It is.
12.
Didn't take him long to break the streak.
That's the shortest target, so he had to get that.
240 for Dan right now.
So Dan was one folks were asking, where's Dan McCarthy this season? He admitted he had some struggles he had to work out, but he did.
Oh, did he call up? Oh, he did. I was going to say, man, he smoked that, but he called
Cody
up
Barnett.
236.
This is a sort of breakout year for Cody Barnett. Made a couple shoot downs.
Yeah, Chance with 10, 238.
This is not a breakout for Chance, who's won everything. Oh, here we go.
Well, that's close.
Jace called upper.
He likes to shoot those uppers.
Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa.
How about a 10, Scott?
Yeah, 10. Got Jace a little
234.
A little nervous there. It's been a long weekend.
Yeah.
Scott Parrott had a lot to deal with today with storms, etc.
Wind's still plucking up pretty good out there.
Yeah, now it's picked up again.
Jason's checking his number good on that coyote. I'm sure he's going to call upper again. Jason and I shoot for ice cream. We travel together some. He rides to the long trip on the long trips with me because I haul the truck and trailer for TOG. So he'll come up to the house and practice a day, and we'll drive to an event. But when we get to the event, we shoot practice rounds for ice cream. You know, put a little something on it. And
yeah.
Right now he's beating me 3-2 on practice rounds for ice cream. So we get some good practice, and there's a good look at Chance.
Yeah, look at that.
He can aim a bow. Man, he's been one of the best aimers for years.
Oh, he did not call upper.
He did not call upper. No. This is McCarthy on the long Impala. Mr. Dan.
Yeah. Somebody got something. I heard a yip. Dan's at least a 10.
Jace shot a 10.
That's 10
I think Justin Hannah shot the 14 on the
Oh, yeah, he did.
10 for Jace.
10 for Jace.
244 if my numbers are right.
And now watch this.
This goes fast. This is Justin Hannah.
Justin Hannah says, take a look here, boys. You might recognize the guy who was right there.
He piped
Levi Morgan.
246.
He's won a few of these. They're hunting buddies right there, Justin and Levi. All right, coming over to Dan McCarthy.
He's got a 10.
He's happy with a 10 on that one.
Oh, yeah.
Take it and run.
250. And this is our third arrow of 5. If anybody's within 10 points of the leader, we'll shoot a 6th. But, man, this goes fast.
Ripping through it. Cody Barnett. Takes a 10.
10 points. 246. It's bunched up.
And here comes Chance Bobeff.
Should be a 10.
10
points.
Chance.
248. 248.
Chance is having a pretty good year. I believe this is his second, at least, shoot down, if not third. He's always in the mix.
Oh, yeah. He just shoots too good to not be in the mix. And obviously he's a good judger. I think Chance dabbled with known for a while.
He did, yep. And had some success there. But Jace Boyles, man, he came to full draw as soon as that whistle sounded.
He might be shooting at the 14 on this thing.
He's anxious to get going.
He might very well be.
Oh, he let down already. There's Cody.
A little bit of wind.
See his stabilizer just a little left, right.
He's aiming that pretty good
Yeah.
for the wind pushing
Nope,
out.
I was going to say, yeah, that was long.
Decided to start again. Justin, it looks like he 12'd that long
Justin.
Impala.
There's Jace.
He went high.
I saw a fist bump from Levi, so I'm guessing Justin got that long one. Cody.
Cody's a 10.
Center 10.
10 for
All right,
Chance.
10 for Chance.
258.
Next up, Jace Bowles.
He went for it. He decided a 14 would serve him well right there, but I believe he got a 5. Yep. Sure enough. Too many numbers.
Risk reward.
249. That will just about cook his goose right there, unfortunately.
All right. Here we go. Justin Hanna, longest target on the range.
He shoots so good.
And no question.
Piped it.
12. Follow a 14 with a 12.
258. So that puts him tied with Chance.
That's the way to work your
And
way
then
up the leaderboard,
Dan
Darren.
shot 10. 260.
All right, Dan's coming around to one of the shorter ones. He's going to end there.
10 for Cody.
Justin
256.
moves to a mid-range one.
Yeah.
But he hit the longest.
Yeah. If he can 12 the Blesbach, he'll be in a really good spot going to the final arrow. But Dan, I've always said, Dan hits him when he has to.
That's right.
He could use one right here, and it's not a horrible target. It's easy to see, good bedded buck.
Yeah.
Odds are good that he'll 12 it.
He knows these distances. I believe Emily told me that's a new bow for him. He just built it not too long ago. Obviously, it agreed with him this weekend, and he was shooting good today, too.
Yeah.
So
He didn't call upper, so he's going to be shooting at the lower.
now he's one, Darren. Look at that
I know,
stabilizer.
he shoots
Man, he
so
holds
good.
steady. Little waggle.
Nope,
Oh,
overjudged it. Yep, he hit high.
What did Justin's arrow
is
Oh, he
close.
called upper.
Oh, did he?
He called upper.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, I bet you he smashed the lower.
Jace went at the
Jace
14
went
on
for
that
it.
bomb. So a 5 on the Coyote for Cody. 261. Chance shot at the 14
Chance
on
shot
the
at the
gray
14,
Ram.
and,
He got an 8.
Just under it. Man.
266.
Wow.
I feel raindrops or
Yep,
something coming.
Here we go. Little bit of rain. Looks like it's just one cloud.
And he caught the 8 on that one.
Wow.
257.
Up. Here comes
the rain.
It's going to be a downpour. Got to get the camera gear protected. Wow. We only have to shoot one more arrow,
One more
Darren.
arrow.
One
I
more.
know.
Oh, wait. It's letting up already.
Yeah, this is going to blow through pretty quick, I think.
Their 1 minute judging may kill it.
Yeah.
All right, so Jace Bowles is going to finish. Oh, wait, we need these scores to update yet.
I know Dan was a 10, so he goes to 270. Justin was a 10, I'm sure, 268. So anybody 260 or better? Have 4 in the final arrow, maybe?
Let's get these scoreboards going to click around here.
You guys are witnessing live why we had an abbreviated weekend this weekend. These
Yes.
storms just blow in so quick, so
look
fast.
at Tommy out there.
Unfortunately, the one this morning had a lot of lightning with it, so
that
we
was
didn't.
the problem. Yeah, the rain stops nothing for ASA. It's lightning. And unfortunately, we got electronics, camera gear, etc. that we need.
This is going to make this last arrow really interesting.
Yes, it is. All right. So our leaderboard has not updated yet because obviously our crew is protecting gear. We need to preserve the broadcast. That's priority number one.
What a monsoon.
And these guys, I'll tell you, they're the best. Competition Archery Media, our trailer crew is the best. They work in this.
Yeah.
They get it done.
What a mess, too. The rain, the weather, that's the worst part about 3D archery is you just can't predict the weather. It's so crazy. Camera guys are barefoot, standing in the mud.
Standing in the mud. Yeah, we believe that during the early storms today that our cam trailer got hit by lightning. Everything blew out in the middle of setup. But here's our leader, Darren. Tell us what we got going on here.
We got 4 people within 10 points of the leader. Dan's leading at 270, Justin's 268, Chance 266, then Cody at 261. So Cody's going to shoot first, then Chance, then Justin, then Dan's going to know what he has to do or what he needs to try to take this home.
Yeah.
So that rain, the heavy rain beats down on an arrow and the fletching. When the rain gets soaked up in the fibers on your strings, rain's horrible for shooting, and it will affect your equipment. If you know what to do when the situation arises, not a big deal. You know, if this is the first time your bow's ever been wet, may not hit behind the pin. So it's
so you got to judge the distance.
Yep.
And you got to judge how much is the rain going to affect me.
Do you add a yard? Is the rain going to beat your arrow down and slow it down? Do you need to add a little distance to make sure it gets there? There's a lot of factors here. There's a little bit of wind, not as much wind, but there's a lot of rain right now.
And Dan McCarthy shooting last, he's probably like, take your time, I'm waiting for this to blow over.
Yeah, exactly. Cody has to shoot it to 14 here to have a chance to make a move. We can't see the target where we're at, but we can certainly see the shooter. Holding good and steady. He smoked
Got it. Crushed it.
Dead center.
Yeah.
What he did right there is left a mark for the next guy because they'll be able to see that arrow hole.
Oh, yeah. Good shot, Cody.
He smoked it.
Yeah. Look at our guys out there.
Yep.
Scott Parrott and Tommy taking that rain and just doing their thing.
Thankfully for Scott Parrott, it is bath day, so he's getting he's getting an early shower.
We had a video of Tommy the other day saying somebody asked him if he was just moist or if he was damp, and he said, I'm just soaking wet.
Yeah.
All right, Chance Bobuff here.
Chance at 266. If he shoots a 14, it puts him at 280. Yeah, that can affect the outcome, so he needs to 14 this. If he shoots a 10, he takes over Cody by a point. If he shoots an 8, he's going to finish off the podium.
Oh, just right.
He hit the same hole, didn't he?
Yeah, oh, he did.
Exact
I thought
same
he was
arrow
right.
hole.
Man, inside out.
Wow.
Chance Bobuff.
Exact same arrow hole.
Yeah. 14.
So he's at 280. That makes a difference now.
Darren.
280 with 10.
You got to get the distance right. You're shooting in heavy rain.
Justin has to have a 12 to tie Chance, and he would take over because of bonus rings. Wow. There's a lot going on in these shoot-offs.
Man. What do you shoot?
You shoot the 14.
14?
Yeah.
All right.
two guys in front of you did. There's a big arrow hole to aim at. Puts the pressure on McCarthy if he hits it.
No.
Low.
Didn't get it.
So he's at 276. He's going to go
at least third.
Yeah, he's got third place now.
Look.
Depending on what Dan does.
Dan comes up in the rain's quitting.
Yeah.
It's quitting.
You can tell who's living right out there.
That's why it pays to shoot last.
So Dan needs a 10 to win.
A 10 to win.
Yeah. 10, he wins on bonus rings.
What a comeback for Dan McCarthy. Uh-oh. Rain just...
He's ready.
Yeah. A 10, that's... You got to think this is automatic.
Yeah, he normally hits a bonus ring when he has to. I think he can probably plant this inside that 10 pretty safely. But we always shoot him because you never know.
Never know. Look at that thumb coming to that button.
He's pretty happy with this situation right now. I know
Yes, he is.
is.
Boom.
Yeah.
Got it.
He says, take that, fellas.
You got it. Center 10.
Dan McCarthy.
All right, McCarthy's double win here this weekend.
They may have to rent a trailer to haul all the cash
all
home.
that money home. We're getting cheers. We have no PA system anymore, so the folks can't hear us. So that went out. But congratulations to Dan McCarthy.
We'll try. Okay.
All right. Yeah, we want to talk to Dan McCarthy here for his first win of the year. And, I mean, actually we were worried about the rain, but now, Darren, it's blowing past.
Yeah.
Good weekend to be a McCarthy. And here he comes with the headset. Now he can hear me. Dan McCarthy.
What's up?
First win of the 2025 season. How does that feel?
Oh, it feels real good, man. I'd like to give thanks to my umbrella holder, Sam. Sam is the man and has always been there for me, holding the umbrella. Awesome. And just real unfortunate tournament. I shot with Cody Barnett here. I shot a 5, actually. Today we shot half a round. I dropped some points. I was able to come back all the way to second, but Cody had me by 3 points. Makes me wonder, like, I hate tournaments like this because you just never know how they shake out. They don't feel good for me.
Dan, obviously with the shortened tournament, we went off day one score. You came in here with the lead. It's hard to hang on to a lead out there in any class, any division. Would you rather come in with a 2-point lead or would you rather come in chasing?
I'd rather come in with a 30-point lead, to be honest with you.
No.
Because you never know. I mean, these guys can really bang away. And in the conditions, I can only speak for myself, but I had a hard time. I mean, I was just trying to cover 10. I wanted to shoot center 10 on a lot of those except for that close target on that ram. And my pin movement was in the wind was just so left, right. The wind was coming out of the left and it was coming out of the right. It was coming in your face. Just really hard to predict it. It was a tough shoot down considering.
Yeah, well, congratulations. Welcome back to the top of the podium.
No, I appreciate you guys. Thank you all.
All right, congratulations to Dan McCarthy. Folks, we appreciate all of you for tuning in here. That's going to do it for us at the Mathews Pro-Am, Fort Massac State Park in Illinois. For Darren Christianberry, I'm PJ Riley. Thanks for joining us.
connects us across the entire world. At Lancaster Archery, we celebrate the precision, the passion, and the power of the bow.
Just a little bit of movement, she puts it into the 10.
Gear and expertise for every archer.
Power, penetration, and higher velocity combine to make the new Easton 5.0, an ultra-lightweight, micro-diameter hunting shaft, perfect for bow hunters, engineered on a brand new 5mm AccuCarbon platform. It can be configured to offer maximum speed, or can be built with weight up front for extreme accuracy. Each 5.0 is guaranteed to have virtually perfect consistency. Punch your tag with the industry's most versatile arrow. Experience the all-new Easton 5.0 today.
Oh yeah, he got it.
Man.
Oh yeah.
466. Wow. That's pretty good.
That's why people call him the GOAT right there.
I really feel like this is where I need to be.
What does it mean to be unrivaled? To be unrivaled isn't about winning a trophy. It's about putting in the hours that nobody else sees. To be unrivaled isn't just a choice, it's a lifestyle. It's to push yourself to be your best day in and day out. Gas Bowstrings. Be unrivaled.
Oh yeah, he got it.
Man.
Oh yeah.
466. Wow. That's pretty good.
That's why people call him the GOAT right there.
I really feel like this is where I need to be.
Made of high-grade machined aluminum for added durability. Premier features designed to fit to any manufactured bow and installs easily. Fortifying the CBE Advantage, a custom feel that you can count on. Enjoy calculated precision. We're not just a sight company. We're CBE, custom bow equipment.
What does it mean to be unrivaled? To be unrivaled isn't about winning a trophy. It's about putting in the hours that nobody else sees. To be unrivaled isn't just a choice, it's a lifestyle. It's to push yourself to be your best day in and day out. Gas Bowstrings. Be unrivaled.